Good afternoon, everybody. How are we doing? What day is it? Is it Monday? No, it's Friday, isn't it? Yeah, happy Friday to you all. Jet lag certainly sucks. Anyway, there's so much to catch up on. I have been somewhat out of the loop for a while. So, let's get cracking. And if we have time, we will jump in and check out a bit of 4.0. No, 4.4. And see. No, 4.5, in fact. 4.5. Thank you, everyone, for the congrats. Look at that. I'm married. We got married. Kept that secret from everyone, including the family. Which they're fine about. You know, it's not like they're mad or anything. We always do things our way. It's just nice to do it exactly how we wanted to. Finally put a ring on it. Absolutely. Yeah. Let's see who's here, first and foremost. Let me get caught up on everyone. So, Scott, Sketto, Pastor Donkey, Country Campers, William, Ultra, JP Sandman, of course, Marco Polo, Martians. I think that's everyone on YouTube so far. Ragnar, 07, thank you so much. Apologies, everyone. I am so tired. Apoc, Solomon, Sandman. Are you camping, Apoc? Are you camping? Is that what you're saying? Hang on, let's just try and realign this because it's all over the spot again. There we go. That'll need to change every video. Deacon, Ehawk, thank you so much, Ehawk, for the 41-month resub. Let me sort that out first. Marcon with the 26-month resub. Stu with the follow. Welcome, Stu. Mighty Steed, Sweetheart, Ferg, Sizen, Joshua, Les, Interitus, Ex Officio with the 48-month resub. Beers and putty, please. Skipper, Jones, Space Guy, Crimson, Rofus, Dendra, Mickle, Taint, Ralthan, Verpine, Wonko, Peanut, Stu, how you doing? City Gamer, where are we? Monstrous, Death. Hang on, we're getting there. Slowly getting there. Space Pumpkins, Dr. Waggy. Oh, Zol, Lance, JC, Alaskan. I thought we were getting there. We're not getting there. Bear with me. Quantum, Gene, and I think we're there. Duke Star, Erasmus. Thank you so much. Whew. Yeah, I've pretty much been married. I mean, we've been together 17 years. And we've had Summer for 3 years. We're not actually, you know, too fussed about marriage, in all honesty. Jones, thank you so much for the 45-month resub. We did it because we wanted to, mostly because we wanted to make sure that Rachel has the last name of as myself and Summer, because she didn't prior. Also, just, you know, tying up the loose ends of the paperwork and stuff. But that's all it is to us. Marriage, you know, obviously marriage is different to everyone. We're not religious, so it's not like, you know, it's binding us in terms of the eyes of the Lord or anything, but it's definitely something we wanted to do, but we wanted to do it our way after watching, you know, my brother and my cousin get tie the knot in a traditional manner. It was like, I do not want to do that. The expense, the hyper focus on what's supposed to be the couple, but also is always about everyone else. Always about everyone else, not about the actual couple. Mithras, thank you so much for the subscription and cheers, much appreciated, sir. How you doing? So it was nice. So we always, you know, planned to do it in California on a beach was the ideal, and we managed to do that for super cheap. We had you know, the I don't know, it's not a minster. I don't know what his title is, but we had him do that. We hired a photographer, and it was just super cheap. So, but we were happy with it. It ticked it off. Rachel Bro now, yeah. She's taking the last name. Oh, nice. Yes, so official VR support. There's been kind of like, since I've gotten back, which was yesterday, we landed in Heathrow on Wednesday, stayed over on Thursday, and then drove back up yesterday. I've been trying to get in here and there. Internet has been all over the spot. Time zones have been all over the spot. Summer woke up at 4 a.m. this morning, wide awake, didn't go back to sleep, so I didn't go back to sleep. So, yeah, pretty tired, but it'll only be a matter of time before I catch up. But yeah, super excited to see scannering updates, VR. Now, I own currently a MetaQuest 2. We bought it a long while ago because Rachel wanted Beat Saber. I haven't really touched the Quest at all, and I was kind of thinking, well, you know, I'm excited to give it a go, see what it's like. I'm super excited for VR, as I have been for a long time with StarCitizen. But Pimax, they do some really high-end VR headsets. They contacted me and said that they would like to provide a demo unit, not to keeps. It's not paid, it's just, you know, we want to send you quite a high-end unit. It's like 1,300, 1,500, I think all in all. It costs about $2,000. It's like super high-quality stuff. So I'm like, yes, I'll check that out and make content on it. So I'm really excited to see how it works. But the downside is you need quite a beastie PC to make it run properly. Let me just catch up on chat and we'll speak more about that. Wonko, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Ruin. Much appreciated. Beers and Paddy, deplorable. Thank you for your continuation of your channel membership over on YouTube. Here's some special emotes. Just throwing them out there. Tomorrow, how you doing? Peas, welcome. Hexambi, welcome. Be My Tracker, welcome. Wooty, Skelevra, 07 everyone, how are y'all doing? Who here's picked up Beam? Put your hand up. Tech, it just got here, but I'm sure everyone has heard the news. Of course, it's a happy day for you, but at the same time, I can say it's a great day for this community. Truly wondrous news. I'm sure we'll be celebrating it today. A beautiful thing between you and someone that's been there for you for so long. So with all that said, a huge congrats to Sandman on reaching 101 months subbed. You two make a great team. We certainly do. Absolutely. Yeah. I like where that went. That was fun. Ruin, welcome, mate. Let me just catch up. My brother and cousin got married. Yeah, it's a bit sketchy, but, you know, they're happy. Adam and Dan, together at last. So yeah, looking at the sort of specs, they asked me what my specs were, and I said it was after, you know, accepting to send me one, so that was good. I have a 1080, 10900K and a 3080. 3080 should be fine. 10900K is gonna struggle. I've been trying to contact the person who said that they would provide me with the 4090 GPU, you know, a Zotac 4090, which is a stupendous, generous offer, and I think they've blocked me. Last time I contacted them, I said just checking in to see how it's going, and they said they're at work till October. They'll get back to me. So I just, you know, I mentioned just saying plan to start picking up the pieces for the build on Black Friday, hoping to find some good offers. Are there any updates with the GPU? But I said there's no problem if you've changed your mind, as it's above and beyond generous, so no problem either way. And I'm not able to contact them anymore. It just pings back on Discord. So I think they've kind of done one, for whatever reason. You know, it's a shame. But as I say, it's like, it's their prerogative because it is overly generous to provide that. I would rather they just be like, I'm sorry, I can't do it anymore. because I completely understand, you know, things change. But yeah, unfortunately, that sort of sets us back in terms of what we're going to get and how we're going to get it. Now, the plan is still to go for the same stuff, and maybe just for now use my 3080 until I can pick up a GPU, like a 50 series GPU perhaps. So the PC can still happen, it's just this won't become a stream PC until I get a separate GPU, I guess, or upgrade to a new one. I will look at the prices of the 9800 versus the 9950. There's also going to be an announcement for an X3D2, so that could drive down the price of the 9950 itself. Obviously, RAM prices are just ridiculous right now anyway, so there's no point in grabbing that stuff. I've contacted RSW, another viewer, who said that they actually have, I think, 64 gig of DDR5 G-Skills RAM, which was exactly what I was going for, that they're not using. So I've asked them if it's still possible, but I get the impression it might be Intel RAM rather than AMD. So it might not actually fall together in that way. But we'll see. Griff, thank you so much, my friend, for the 10-month. Much appreciated there. JJ, it's all right, my friend. You're here now. Thank you so much. How are you doing? Thank you for the congrats. You got Beam. Haven't worked much with it yet, but planning to. Very nice. Beam is freaking awesome, Dre. I'm glad you're liking it, mate. You're curious what Pimax they sent you. Yes, well, they've told me that they're planning to send out no, wrong one. Where is it? It's one of the latest ones, but not the most recent one that they're looking to push out soon. It's getting loud. Where is it? The Crystal Super. The Pimax Crystal Super. But of course, with these sort of integration, again, they're going to send it out for, I think, for about 4 months. But provided I'm continuing to make content, they will keep providing me with access to it or updated ones. And I mean, I'm super interested in VR for Star Citizen. I originally bought, way back when, the dev kit one for Oculus with the intention of using it for Star Citizen, but alas, that didn't happen because a lot more was needed before Star Citizen could get VR, so I'm really excited to see how that all happens. Yeah, they've done a runner, unfortunately. I know, the whole thing about prices are they're just gonna keep going up for the time being, which is annoying. It always seems to be the case. When I go to build a PC, things happen. Like COVID happened last time I built a PC, and PCBs were hard to come by, so that drove up prices. It put really limited stock on things. They were being picked up by bots or whatever as well, so always the case when I'm looking to upgrade. But you know, it is what it is. I can't control it. All I can do is build up the budget, the pot. Like right now, there's no point in buying anything just yet because the prices aren't as good as I'd like them to be. So I'll just keep the money I have there from you guys, keep building up the pot, so that when it gets to the point of actually buying this stuff, we'll assess what is available, how much it is, what the best options are, and just go from there. It's, you know, there's as I've said in the past, if it's out of my control, there's no point in getting frustrated or irate about it. You just move on quick. Ansnog, how you doing? Welcome. A 9850 X3D. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been watching the same RAM. It's probably the same RAM, E-Hawk. I saw the G-Skills DDR5 stuff go from, I think it was just under 300, maybe like 280. Now it's at like 700 and something stupid. In fact, it's not even available right now. You were using Beam the other day and got distracted watching a ship take off, and you crashed into the ATC tower. Nice. Vega, how you doing? No, I haven't. I haven't purchased anything yet. As I say, RC, what's his handle? Hang on. RSWSE, he's been a regular viewer of the stream for a long while. He mentioned a little while back on a stream that he's got some spare, so I'll keep hitting him up until, hopefully he doesn't ghost me, until I hear about whether it's, you know, what kind of RAM it is. Whether it's Intel-based or AMD-based, and go from there. But, like I say, there's not much I can do right now with all this stuff. It is out of my hands. Big North, how you doing? Never caught a live before. I've seen your videos on YouTube. Gotta say, the face doesn't match the voice. Did you think I was James May? Well, at least I have hair. At least I you know, in your eyes, I had hair. Most people, when they see me, they're like, "Oh, you're not a 60-year-old bald guy." So yeah, I mean, James May is cool though. Captain Slow, how you doing, by the way, Big North? And LG8 L7, how you doing? Tiberius, how are you doing today? Are you well? Yeah, we're good, thank you. The only way I'm ever buying another PC part is if my current PC dies. Thought I might upgrade it one day, but I guess that's out of the window. So it looks like I'm running this baby into the ground. Yeah, it's like I'm looking at VR now. I'm looking at Genesis and all these graphical changes, and I'm like, come on, hang on in there. You can do it. This PC has seen me through for a long while now. It's good 5 years now, so it's maybe 4, so it's handled it well. Enel, welcome. Sorry, Deacon. I always think of you when I say that. When I hear your voice, I don't think you're bald, though. The era of building your own PC. Well, that's it. I mean, even pre-builds are stupid expensive because people are buying them to get the RAM and the other components. Jericho, how you doing? Thank you so much. Nice to see you. Ferg, welcome. I'm like, I do not need a VR headset. And then Sylvan is like, hold my beer. I know. He's more like, buy me beer. I need beer. Bradley, thank you, my friend. How you doing? Yours just supports 216 gigs. Or 132. Yeah, I mean, for Star Citizen, we need at least a bit more of a range there, don't we? You just built your new computer heavily on... you relied heavily on AI to do the BIOS tweaking, but very pleased with the result. Very nice. Very nice. And you got in there before all the prices went stupid. Yo, PX. What is Steam Frame, then? Is that VR, then? My thoughts on VR, Big North. I think I just literally mentioned it before you came in, but I have been waiting for VR. Not necessarily to use it myself, just because it's obviously an expensive device, right? It's you've got a range, but obviously that range also follows its quality in terms of price. But the minute they said they want VR support, I think it was back in the Hangar days, even before the Hangar maybe. It might have been a 10 for the chairman. I've been super excited for Star Citizen to have VR. I couldn't care less about any of the game in terms of VR. We have the MetaQuest 2. I haven't used it. I used it once just because Rachel asked me to hold on to it for her while she was going to the toilet. But there's no other game that I would want to use it for. Star Citizen is just going to blow my mind. As I said in the video, we've got... Simply just sitting in your cockpit, first and foremost, is going to be just insane because you can just, you know, head tracking is one thing, and you know, there's definitely going to be a strong use case for head tracking. I'm going to use it for my streams for certain. I don't think I'm going to use VR for streaming. Mostly personal gaming, I'll use VR. But firstly, yeah, just sitting in your cockpit, seeing all the details and looking around. Then in FPS, walking around your ship, looking up at a reclaimer, engineering, putting out fire, opening a door and there being fire just in your face. And then when you think about Genesis, the planet tech, and how crazy it's going to be walking around a forest, creatures, derelict ships, derelict space stations, derelict places with creatures in. That it's going to be groundbreaking for Star Citizen. Well, VR itself is it's going to be a whole... Because there's nothing really out there for VR that is to this level. You've got Alex, which is really cool, but it's a VR dedicated game. You've got other games that support VR, but, you know, like racing, sports games, absolutely great for those. But something like Star Citizen, nothing is like that has that level of everything for Star Citizen. Won't be able to make faces at you. Yeah, you'd... Well, I mean, I could. I could make a lot of faces, and you wouldn't notice. Yeah, buy him all the beers if you run into him at Bar Citizen Space Guy. How you doing? Does getting married feel like 1.0 or 2.0? Do you know, as I say, it's like... Marriage wasn't like... It's... Oh, Bear Normal, thank you so much, my friend, for the 7 months. We got married mostly because we wanted to make sure that Rachel shared the last name, and so that we have all the security for Summer as well, in terms of legalities, finances, and things, and connections. But it is nice to get married. It absolutely is. But like I say, we've been together for we've been practically married for 17 years. Yo, Thorn, how you doing? Solace, welcome. How you doing? Thank you, my friend. So it's a new headset from Valve. Will release Q1 next year. It has both standalone, like the Quest, but main focus is streaming from PC. Has foveated streaming. Optimizes where you look. Okay, I don't know what foveated means. Was that for... What does that mean? Just makes everything 3D, yeah. Shield, thank you. Roughneck, thank you. Araxi is welcome. Yeah, you know, it's not like everyone will use VR. It's not like everyone can afford... I can't afford VR. I'm just grateful that I'm in a position I am for them to at least give me a demo unit. But I can't afford to get a huge, beefy VR set. Let alone, I can barely afford to get the PC built, but it's out of the range for most people. This is the good thing about CIG, or Star Citizen, offering, support for everything. You've got their basic head tracking built into the webcam. Then you've got Beam, which is like a huge step up from that for very little money that most people can access. From there, you kind of go Track IR, TOBII, which is really good, sort of immersion of being in the game, like the best of the best kind of thing for that product. And then you step up to VR from there. I don't know what quality a VR headset around the price of TOBII would be in comparison to using TOBII. That would be an interesting comparison. But beyond that, you're looking at like $1,500 for VR, which is insane. So in California, the hotel was the end point of the Cannonball Run. I think it was Portofino Hotel and Marina. And we got married so far up the beach on Hermosa Beach, I think it's called, with the jetty in the background, which was nice. There was also, what you don't see behind the camera is a homeless person, topless, sleeping on the beach. That was an interest. We were like, if you just focus the camera this side, that'll be good. Now, if they incorporate hand controllers, that's the thing. They're not done with VR. As Sylvan says, he's just trying to get the basics of VR working for Star Citizen. Which is more than basics, because you've got the whole virtual desktop as well, which I suppose just come into the basics. But, foveated means the most detail in put where you're... Oh, it's put where you're looking. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was a misspelling. That's interesting. Okay, thank you. But, what was I saying again? Yeah, from there, they will look into body control, controller support. They said, the last we heard from them, aside from what Sylvan has just said now, was at the least they will support sitting in a cockpit looking around, which would also generally include being FPS head tracking. That's the other thing, it supports head tracking itself. But beyond that, they will look into how they can incorporate controllers. So it will be very interesting to see where they go with it. Yo, Realm, how you doing? VR Vorpex software. Oh, I've not heard of that. Apple coined the term for rendering, uses more pixels near where your eyes are looking. Interesting. I mean, this technology has taken off. As I say, I've still got the old... I don't know where it's gone. That must be in the attic. The first Oculus Dev Kit 1, or maybe it's the Dev Kit 2, but I got the first one because the guy making it said he was going to keep it, you know, retail friendly or consumer friendly priced because it was like 200 and something quid. Then obviously selling it to Facebook, they just took the price out the window. It was due to them, I would say, due to Facebook, that they killed gaming VR for the everyday gamer in terms of just stupid prices. That was never the intention with Oculus. And then it just kind of went on a, you know, we can make more money out of this. Yo, Steve, what's the secret to long marriage? Wait 17 years and then get married. Then you've got a good amount of time under your belt. I'll let you know in 17 years. Yeah, it's nice at Hermosa Beach. There was also, after we did the whole, you know, now pronounce you kind of thing, Summer was just swinging. She didn't even have a clue what was going on. We were just holding her hand and she was just swinging between us. But the people on the pier all cheered, which was nice. But that was a bit cringy because it's like the whole point of doing it, you know, low key. But then I guess if you're doing it in public on a beach, it's not very low key. Rhino, how you doing? L7. Oh, Vorpex was how it was used to sort of fandangle it into Star Citizen. I see. No, I don't recall Vortex or Vorpex. I've never looked into VR for Star Citizen because I've just been waiting for them to do it natively. It's a bit like the whole all these other, you know, like shaders and other third-party stuff. I tend to just prefer to wait for native implementation because I don't know enough about how to implement this stuff, which I could figure out. But then when I do, if something goes wrong, I can't troubleshoot. I don't know enough about it. It's not, you know, something I can figure out. So I always tend to just wait for the native stuff first. Sure thing, Big North. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing more with the off-grid stuff. In fact, we will talk about that a little bit later because we've... I say we, Panda has created an off-grid alliance org, which is not my org, it's his org, but it's an org to support all off-gridders, so that we can trade amongst each other and aid each other and help each other. You know, not necessarily meaning you have to group up with each other, but just seeing where everyone is and connecting. Which, yeah, we'll speak about that in a bit because we have some good plans for that. Lady Rain, how are you doing? I will, as someone that has been here since the Kickstarter, that I am deeply concerned about 4.5 at the moment. But that being that, long-time YouTube lurker saying hi. Thank you so much. How are you doing? You're concerned. What about? Do you mean VR or do you mean engineering? Blam, how you doing? Oh, good, thank you. How you doing? There's been a lot of tweaks to... I've been trying to catch up with all the patch notes. And is it only power plants that can get wear and tear? Or damn it, I can't remember what was said. Like I said, I need to really do a lot of reading. I need to do a lot of testing and playing to figure it all out. But there's been some strange tweaks to things that I'm like, does that make sense? Sounds like a grid made for off-gridders. Well, it's kind of... The plan is... there's a lot of people that enjoy that way of playing, and the difficulty can be connecting with others to sell things, to, you know, when engineering comes along, support each other in getting fixed up and supplying each other with services and items and trade and whatnot, or support, you know, hooking up for various missions and things. But the idea being is that there's a full org of people where you can see who is there. I mean, it's not going to be foolproof because I'm sure some people will take advantage of it, but hopefully not that many. And use it as a way to connect, where if you are off-grid and you have a bunch of stuff in your cargo hold that you want to offload and sell, you can say, I'm at Dumborough, who's about? And what I would like to see is people just actively living in these places, regardless of whether I'm on or, you know, from any moment. And as it grows further, that will be the case, where there will just be people living about in these places as off-gridders that you can go and contact and bump into. I'm really excited to see how that will expand, especially for the series, because it's going to make it easier to actually trade with others. Oh yeah, engineering is whatever we have now. Like, firstly, PTU means nothing. Live means nothing. 1.0 is where it matters. They are going to be continually updating, tweaking, balancing, adjusting, and then redoing it all again when Maelstrom comes in. Doing it again with new ships as they roll out, and new weapon types, and new damage types. They're trying to best guess the intention of it without the full system. It'll get there. It's just trying to make it so that it works for now, works for the near future, and then works for the 1.0 future as well. And it'll take a lot of time. But now is the time to sort of test things, to try things, to get our feedback. That's why I'm never concerned about the way things go. It'll all get tweaked again. Wear and tear will exist. Yes, I think the idea is that it's... I don't know what's happened, because I've not really seen much. What has happened with wear and tear? Have they just removed it for now? Because that isn't going to be the intention forever. That is just a temporary thing, likely for whatever reason. I don't know why, but yeah, that's not intended to be forever. Firebrand, how you doing? Do you know if any more of Nyx is being delivered? No, I don't think so. Maybe some gameplay content, but no locations, no planets. That'll be 2026. So the next year, 2026, we're going to see Nyx roll in with Nyx 1, Nyx 2, Nyx 3, the Kiga belt, even though it's somewhat partially there, I think. And they're going to keep populating it. Yes, Pyro, I think, is the only place that has the maintenance contracts. I would love to see them come into other places as soon as possible. So wear and tear... It's just funny, because wear and tear, when they had it in the Evocati PTU, felt much better, but a little too fast. And that was where, after about 2 or 3 hours of playing, it had dropped maybe... I think the radar had dropped by 4 or 5%. Everything else was less. And I thought, actually, that's not a bad rate of decay, but it still feels like it could be slowed down a bit. Then they put it into the PTU Wave 1 or whatever it was, where it was, non-NDA, and it was going down much faster. So, yeah, so because of these reasons, the feature was deemed not ready for release, and it was nullified. Right, so they've just cancelled that for now. Not cancelled it, but they've stopped the rate of degradation, basically. And they will put it back in when it's ready. Yeah, that's how I actually think 4 to 5% in 2 to 3 hours is a bit excessive. Not necessarily, like, for testing it was fine, but I would expect to see it slower than that, to be fair. I think it should be... I mean, a lot of it... This is like running on just basic, standby mode. Anytime you use anything, that rate will increase. Anytime you overuse anything. So, like, if you're boosting, your thrusters will decrease its wear and tear. Or increase its wear and tear quicker. The more you ping, the more you use your radar and so forth. I have a time of, like, pressing ping all the time, and that's probably why my radar depreciated faster. There is no need to be concerned about any rate, any speed, anything getting removed. It'll come back. It'll get tweaked. We'll leave our feedback. It'll all make sense eventually in the game, in the grand scheme of things. But for testing especially, it is either accelerated for the sake of making sure that the whole process from 100 to 0 or other way around works accordingly. And then they will... obviously, it's got issues, so they're taking it out, they'll bring it back. Yeah, exactly. Welcome, Quantum. Are you still having the easy anti-cheat? Have they still not fixed that? And from what I hear, there's still issues with the audio quantum travel. Yosh, thank you for the follow, by the way. Crashing. Shenanigans, thank you for the 41-month, and Calpin with the 37-month. I missed that. I do apologize. Welcome. Domant Asimacus. How you doing? My org, we are generally EU-based, but we have many in the US, we have many around the world, and the playtimes can vary. We always tend to do something while I'm streaming, so that is generally between 2 and 6 p.m. my time. A lot of off-stream events that our org hold are while I'm at the same sort of time, but we have events going on throughout the night. And as we sort of grow, there will be more events all around the clock. And I think as well, when base building comes in, these sorts of resource gathering and building and crafting things come in, there will be a lot of handoffs. So, you know, we might start doing something like building a base, and all that entails, not just the crafting side of building a base or the building side of it, but the resource gathering, resource distribution, security, all that kind of stuff will be, you know, we might start it at 2 o'clock on a stream day. At 6 o'clock, I'll hand it over to whoever is taking charge during that time, or they're probably already in charge, Deacon. And then from then, when they're finished, they'll hand it off to someone in the next time zone, and they'll just keep it going. Typerist, thank you, my friend, for the 36 months. Beers and party, please. Benjamin, welcome. In years. When was the last time? Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying VR. I haven't set up anything yet. I'm waiting for Pimax to send me a headset to test. So I will definitely look into getting that set up. But I need to get over my jet lag and then get back on with the flow of things. I don't think, Phil, we're getting an ISE today. Are we? I don't think it was in this week in Star Citizen, was it? Martin, how you doing? James, welcome. Yes, exactly. I agree. It should take essentially months, maybe weeks, with it being a game. But yeah, wear and tear, especially if there is. I mean, there should also be a way to polish. Like, for example, I don't think wear and tear should be non-counterable. I think we should be able to have some fashion that could be maybe polishing, oiling, that kind of thing. Just a more hands-on kind of interaction. That as long as you're keeping things clean, then it won't be, the degradation or the wear and tear will slow down, or at least come back up a little bit before it goes down. But eventually it should drop to and need to be replaced at the end of it all. But like you said, that should take weeks, months, because that's kind of how it really goes. And I think that's where it's going to go. How you doing, Yosh? Nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. Rand, welcome. Yeah, exactly. We don't want to be replacing things, especially in cap ships. That's the thing, it's got a scale. On a solo ship, you don't need to generally be replacing anything for a long, long time. If they sped that up to make it more interactable for a solo ship, that needs to scale with an Idris, where everything will need to be replaced every 2 minutes. It's just not what they want. No inside Star Citizen. Thank you, guys. Colt, welcome. Thank you so much. Damage, welcome. Also, thank you. Well, yeah, maybe not months, but again, it depends on many factors. How much you're using something, where you're using it. Again, it doesn't have to be necessarily months. It could be multiple weeks, like real time. It just needs to make sense to many factors, and that could also be down to the type of component and, grade of component. It will bring a lot of new gameplay. Yeah, I'm really excited to, especially for off-gridding. It just kind of gives... It's a bit like when you play a survival game. You have objectives, which is like food, or sustenance, shelter, and defense. It's kind of a similar thing where off-gridding, where instead of having to just be like, what am I going to do now? I might go over there or check there and see if there's any ships there. it's going to be more of a case of, oh, that's starting to get a bit knackered. Let me find a replacement for that. And then you go out searching to find a replacement. It kind of gives more purpose. Don't feel intimidated, Jay. You can hop in. You don't even have to speak, mate. As long as you can hear us talking and you're happy to follow orders in that sense, just jump in. There is no need to speak. There is no need. You don't like a mic. A mic is optional. Being able to hear us though is important. But we're not expecting everyone to jump in and speak, and you know, everyone's different. Everyone is a variety of personalities and confidences and so forth. And the more that you play, the more you'll get used to the lot that you play with, and in time you may decide to want to speak to us all, but you don't have to. Medical hauling, etc. Yeah, that's again, it's just going to enhance all game mechanics. Is engineering. Prophet, how you doing? Here's Heaven. I'm in a normal org, but would love to join the off-grid. Yeah, absolutely. When Panda comes in, is he here yet? I don't think he is, but I'll ask him to just send the link, because we still have to flesh it out a bit further. But the idea being is that you don't even need to jump in Discord to chat. It's more a case of, oh, I've got a lot of stuff to sell. Who's online? Let me meet up in game and we can, you know, trade. Thank you, Martin. And thank you so much for the channel membership there, my friend. That is very kind of you. Ultra welcome. Babas, welcome. Preventative maintenance. Yes, that's what I would like to see. A bit like what you see on Red Dead, where you're polishing the gun. Something like that. Your gaming PC is on your yacht, Thorn. Wondering how messed up VR will be on a rocking boat. Give it a go, let me know. How are you finding it, Bean? Are you enjoying it now? You've come back? Are you going to be delivering contracts, taking Christmas presents to various locations? Do you mean, not necessarily. The thing with like the IAE and these Luminalia missions and things, I've done it so many times that I'm kind of a bit bored of doing it now. Mostly what I want to focus on is org stuff and off-grid stuff. And you know, like focusing on those areas and advancing that and making it more accessible for everyone else as well. Alzinon, thank you, my friend. L7. Kenneth, welcome. Personally, I can't wait for base building. I would love a rework of social systems. Yes. Yes, that would be very nice. Yeah, thank you, Martin. How is the Clipper doing? I'm still on the fence, but love the idea of craft. I really enjoy the Clipper, even without the crafting so far. It feels like a home away from home, immediately, just because it's my taste. But that's not to say, you know, crafting will add a whole lot more to the game, and it will be, not that it's going to be the only ship to craft, but it'll be a great benefit for helping those out in the black or out, you know, at Dunborough needing a component. Wilhelm 07, thank you for joining us and your viewership, my friends. Much appreciated. Oh, you haven't hopped in yet? Have some projects to get out of the way first. I would certainly say wait for 4.5. I mean, 4.4 is fine, to be fair, from what I understand. I think the problems with the whole crashing bug, or the audio bug, or the quantum travel bug, whatever it is, occur mostly when you're in a bigger group, and in Nix more than anything. But hopefully they can fix that as soon as possible and it won't go into 4.5 and they can continue with 4.5. Has anyone been, like, audio crashing bug thing, has anyone experienced that in 4.5 on the PTU? Maybe it's just all in my head, but this thing I've loved for so long is changing, and in a way that I want, but I'm worried that CIG is going to capitulate on the vision and dial things down to a point of why did you add it in the first place? I have no concerns, Lady Rain. I mean, obviously you say you've been here since the Kickstarter. Myself too have been here since, well, 2012. I'm in no concerns that they will do it right, or they will tune it to the place that feels right. Coffee, how you doing? 07. Do not look at any numbers now, and just assume that that's how it's going to be. There is so much that will change, that will add to the whole element of wear and tear and so forth. And they want it to make sense. They want it to be immersive, realistic, accurate. Also make it gamified. It doesn't have to be super real. Oksana, thank you so much for the 22-month resub. Beers and Paddy. But there is no point at all in getting worried or frustrated about anything right now. You've just got to keep the feedback going. Wait until they bring it back in again. See how, do the testing and see how it changes things with the latest one. And the same for Beam Citizen. It's all temporary. Well, it's not all temporary. A lot of it is temporary. Beams are mostly temporary because they just want to get the feature into our hands to test the feature, to balance the feature, to give us something to do. A lot of it will expand into more hands-on stuff. Not to say everything will. I would certainly like less beams. But in terms of engineering, like this, definitely you do not need to be worried about the wear and tear situation. They will dial that where it needs to be. And right now they've taken it out because it's not working where it should be. Yeah, fishing beam. But yeah, no worrying. There is no need, honestly. Skippo, how you doing? I have only had one crash in 4.5. Couldn't tell you what caused it, but APOC, what did you say? Audio crashes 100% definitely, absolutely in 4.5. I'm back with a vengeance. Okay. You've not had that issue yet, Quantum, but I mean, if one person has, there's clearly the issue is still there then. Ships constantly powering down and dropping you out of quantum travel fix. Is the whole issue... I don't think it is. That was another one that was a problem. So there's the quantum traveling, where it just kills your ship and you have to restart everything. There's an audio bug where you just crash the desktop. Like, your audio starts going, it gets all weird, and then it just goes... poof. Yeah, they need to solve that as quick as possible on live, let alone 4.5. Yeah, CIG, not necessarily for decades to come. Technically, they will be tuning and tweaking these numbers until 1.0. Post 1.0, that dialing in is going to be very minimal for any outliers that, escape through the gaps. Because by that point, it'll be a released product. It'll be a live product. Not to say that they won't do it, because, of course, many products, like, you see Battlefield comes out and there's one game that's just meta, then they have to dial it in. Of course, that'll happen. But it should happen a lot less because of all of this testing now that we're doing. Is there a 9900 X3D in the works? I'm unsure at this time as to what CPU. Ideally, I would go for the 9950 X3D. By the time I come around to actually purchasing it, it'll be dependent on prices, availability, what else is available. And we'll just sort of see how it goes. But yes, I do want a high-end CPU for my main PC. Yeah, it's when the bugs have no workarounds and you cannot do anything about it. That's when it's a real problem. Forgotten Vet, how you doing? How long before they remove inactive ships from pads? That's a difficult thing because they already have a cleanup protocol or whatever it's called, a density manager where they will clean things up if it gets to a point of difficulty. Not necessarily immediately, because you're taking work away from potential salvages. What I'd like to see is a beacon that goes out to say this ship has been claimed on insurance, this is now available as fair salvage, it is now causing a problem, we will pay you to remove it, either tow it or salvage it and clear it out of the way. I would like to see them be able to incorporate that more so than just having it magically poof out of the way. They don't want things to just magically disappear. They want to tie it into gameplay where they can. But of course, right now there is this balance between that not being a possibility right now, and needing to clean things up magically because they're getting in the way. So it's a constant like balance with their density manager. But ideally, it would just go to salvages, making that money. Sure thing, Martin. Nice. Have fun. Your crash was a full crash to desktop. No, yeah, that's what I think. It might be the audio issue. I've been having the same thing. Quiric Michael, how you doing? Thank you so much, my friend. More of it coming. It's on its way. If they want to take it out temporarily, that's perfectly fine. I just wish they would explicitly state that permanent wear and tear is still the plan. Yeah, I guess it's just one of those things where, you know, they kind of do things very quickly. And I think that having that clarity and that transparency is obviously a very big benefit, because communities freak out. The minute anything slightly changes, Reddit explodes, Spectrum explodes, people jump to conclusions, they make their own conclusions, even though CIG have explicitly said multiple times where they're taking things, but of course, things do change. So ideally, they will keep it as clear as possible, but when they're, you know, things are changing from literally day to day in a patch, they can't always keep up with that. But communication has been up and down with CIG since the beginning, and the more communication we get, the better. I certainly do, Pokari. How you doing? There you go. Thank you, Sandman. What ship are you going to get? Welcome to the verse, my friend. Exclamation cult. Going to be one of us. Let us know what you're going for. You're going AMD, are you, Rand? There's some decent stuff out there. The 9900X3D has been on sale. Generally a way better value than the 9950. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know enough about it, because I've kind of... When I made the plan, it was like, this is the best at the time. Now, things have been put on hold with, you know, the lack of GPU and RAM and whatnot going stupid prices. It's more a case of reevaluating where we're at. The money we raised is there, right? It's there waiting for these things to become available for making that decision, and then I'll start buying this stuff and put up the rest, of course. But right now, it's just a bad market, unfortunately. Yeah, people need to relax. Absolutely. There is no need to freak out. Is the starter ship the most worth to buy? It's a difficult question. A lot of it really depends on your budget. I would say when you're first dipping your toes into Star Citizen, absolutely. Go with a starter pack. Figure out what is available in the game and kind of go from there. The thing with starter packs is they're very restrictive on the gameplay that you can do. And a lot of times, for a little bit extra, you can get a much better step up. But I am not an advocate for just throwing more money at things when you're on the fence or you're, you know, brand new to the game. I would always suggest go for the cheapest, grind, and then earn it in-game. The downside is we're playing an alpha, so that grind can be very repetitive, very boring, very buggy, very broken, and not always fun. And sometimes spending that little extra can give you a step up to avoid all that nonsense at the early doors. But at the same time, the early stuff is what I enjoy the most, and you can always CCU. So you can take the package that you have bought, say an Aurora for $45, and then you can pay the difference later on, being like $15, $20, to get like an Avenger Titan or an Intrepid or anything else, and just put that money towards it and upgrade it. So I would always say start with the least amount of money spent and see how you get on. If you are struggling, sure, CCU. Or learn other ways to make cash in-game. There are many ways to do it. Some of them are much quicker. I mean, the Cutlass is a great ship to start with. A lot of use cases there. I'm at the moment, Ralphan, the RAM prices are way beyond what I want to pay. So I'm just going to have to ride it out, because unless I can get RSW to send me the RAM that they have, if it's compatible with AMD. Other than that, I'm not going to pay $700 for RAM that was originally 250, 300. I'm just not going to do it. Fancy Mamba, how you doing? As much as it's a pain to have to sit on it and wait, I don't have that money to throw away. I don't want to spend the cash that you guys have all donated and waste it that way. It's not fair. So I'm just going to have to wait and see what happens. It's gone, Double Digital. It'll always come back. It'll always come back. They go crazy for a while, and they will eventually drop down. It might be a long while, we'll see, but RAM isn't going to remain at 700 quid for 64 gig of DDR5 forever. Minimal damage. How you doing? Welcome. Ivenic. Thank you so much for the 10-month resub. Beers and patty plates. I would actually like turtle fuses back again. I think that was the best use case for them. You'd like fuses to be more important. That, I think, is actually the plan, where fuses will have grades or variants to them. A game loop for the SRV, yes. I would love to see an impound that you can tow things to. And, like if someone leaves their ship lying around, put out a fine, tow their ship to an impound, then they have to pay to get their ship back. If they leave it in front of a door or a garage. I think that would be a great way of doing it. After that, it becomes fair salvage. Warp and Fancy, thank you so much for the follows, by the way. Yeah, the AI bubble will pop. Of course it will. Things chop and things go up and they go down. RAM will not remain at this price forever. It is ludicrous to think otherwise. Not the rapper. Ask the wife if I can drink one. Drink one what? Azrin, how you doing? With staff, welcome, Albright. With Starfarer refueling supposedly not working, the SRV should be useful. Well, this next year, we're also going to see refueling missions come along, so I'm assuming they will take that time to really optimize the whole profession of refueling. And maybe even change up the Starfarer to some degree, which they have been planning to do. But yeah, it'll be nice to see that whole ship get more updated. Do we know if base building and first implementation of drones are still slated before the end of the year? No, they've never been slated for the end of the year. Base building is a next year. That isn't going to come this year. Drones, I think, as we know, are coming with base building for the first iteration. But yeah, that's not going to be this year. Are there any major notes to keep in mind getting back into the verse for the first time in a couple of years with a buddy who has never played? I would say just jump in. Just go with it and see, learn the ropes again, because a lot has changed in the last 2 years. And it's just going to continue changing more and more. So I would certainly say just jump in, start playing, do some missions, do whatever you enjoy, and just sort of learn the ropes as you go there. Quality of life thing I would like to see eventually is a ramp button for ground vehicles. Oh, as in being able to press a button before as you approach the ship to drop it down. You're free to feel about it how you want, Digital. You're free to feel about it, my friend. But as Sandman says, let's not be rude or condescending. We're all adults. If you're going to keep on like that, you'll just be gone. Simple as that. We don't put up with it. Why wouldn't CIG showcase Squadron 42 at Game Awards if it's coming in 2026? I don't know. I don't know. I don't. Maybe they'll. If it's released in 2026, can it win in 2027? I assume not. Is it literally based on the year they're released? Space Cow, how you doing? Welcome. Laser, welcome. Yeah, it's also happening with SSDs and things, isn't it? Turtle fuses say less. That's true. They don't actually run away, so that's good. Akidoni, welcome. I just hope they make Herald useful. Well, I mean, obviously they're sort of changing the law behind communication. Well, they're adding to the law, aren't they, with this faster than light communication. But that doesn't mean that data running is obsolete. That is still going to be a big part of important information not getting accessed or intercepted. So when we get, I suppose we need hacking first. When we get hacking, then we can see the potential for data running start to become a thing. You're predicting that the SRV will have a boost in power if it's going to do anything. Yeah, a lot of ships will need to have all sorts of variation, various updates and tweaks to their components, their stats and specs. Again, there's a lot of ships that are kind of left by the wayside, and I suppose engineering is highlighting a lot of that, where certain ships just do not have the power to function as the ship they're intended to do. So it'll all need to be adjusted. Helmet fuses? You what? What's the helmet fuse? Tuna, welcome. Commercial RAM is still cheap. Got a motherboard with a server. Couldn't. It's a big brain move. You set up a gaming PC before my break with 64 gig of RAM, so I'm hoping I'll be okay. Just hoping by the time I play that my processor is still up to it. What CPU have you got? Spacey, how you doing? Oh yeah, could be part of the whole social 2.0. Absolutely. Rich, welcome. You too, my friend. Hopefully with the physicalized helmets coming in 4.5, armor lockers are close. Yeah, I have no idea how far armor lockers are. I mean, of course it's working in Squadron. They have it in Squadron where we saw them using it. But I suppose physical helmets is one thing. Physical chest pieces, legs, armor, that's the next thing. Maybe they are waiting on that to do the whole physical locker, or, the actual hangar armor lockers. That could be a reason why. It's the medical gameplay I hope they can develop. It's pretty non-existent right now. Curious to see how they do this as item recovery moves. Yeah, there's a lot that I hope to see with medical. Right now it is very much just sort of stagnant. We did see a sneak peek, didn't we, of a new device coming. So I'm hoping we'll see a few more developments in that area. This is one of the sort of beam citizen areas where they had originally intended, and I hope it's still the case, I don't see why not, but they intend to increase it more in a physical manner. Like if you read the design document for passenger transport, now bear in mind this was 2015, but that's not to say that that's still not their intention or direction, it's just things will have certainly changed since then. But for passenger transport, you've got all things like diagnosing illnesses and ailments and treating them accordingly. And I think there's plenty of directions they can go with bandage. The sort of the last thing they said about the difficulty of bringing in more physical interactions with medical stuff is how they don't want to lock people into an animation where you could be in the middle of a firefight, someone gets shot, you're like, I'm just going to wrap you up with a bandage, locking you both into this animation where you have to sit there and wait until it's finished before you can move again. I feel like that's easily countered with either a break animation where you sacrifice the bandage maybe and you don't get patched up and you can break out of it quickly and respond. So I don't think it's a big dilemma, but until they specify exactly what their intentions are now with medical, in terms of taking it more to a physical aspect, I wouldn't want to make any judgment calls on what they're going to do. But I certainly hope to go a bit further than just beams, and I certainly expect that personally. A 12,900k, I think you'll be alright for a while. That shouldn't be a problem. Gnut07, welcome. Thank you, Zero, much appreciated. And Galactic Toast, welcome. Is that real simulated? This isn't. This is a video from a while ago, but we do have dynamic weather, as Sandman says. We have rain, we have snow, we do have thunderstorms, but only on a particular area of a particular moon, which I wouldn't advise going there. But yeah, they have weather, and they're going to keep updating weather as well, which is going to be cool. Oh, you one of the med runners, Lady Rain? How are they finding all these updates with the Apollo and so forth? It will be nice when we start seeing more and more of that stuff expand. And escape pods, yeah, I don't know when that's coming. How the heck do you remember who have just joined and who have already in the chat? Spacey, I don't know. I think my brain has just adapted. I get it wrong all the time, though, to be fair. An FPS Star Citizen YouTuber asked about armor lockers at the Bar Citizen a few months ago before CitizenCon, and they said they were way off still. Fair enough. Yeah, I'm interested to see what they do with the next tier of item recovery. Of course, it means insurance, being able to claim them back, but you can still be looted, but then once they're claimed, the item becomes bricked. I'm hoping we'll see a way of unbricking them, but that doesn't sound like it's coming until tier 2. So looting is kind of back on the table, but the minute an item is bricked, it is then throwaway. So it kind of makes it obsolete, but you might be in a bit of luck if they haven't insured it or they don't claim it, or whatever happens. Influx, yeah. You've done about 20 rescues over the last few days. That's cool, though. And I mean, you know, the med runners have been doing it for a long while, so they are the ones to ask about medical gameplay. Warren, how you doing? Yo, Sanctred, welcome. A flowchart on the most recent info and insurance. Thank you. Content not viewable in your region. F you. Which is a big slap in the face to the no one does rescue and no one will wait. Everyone backspaces people. Oh yeah, absolutely. People, of course people will wait. Certain people will, not everyone will. But, you know, when I think the problem with the community in a lot of ways is when people speak for themselves, they assume they're speaking for everyone else, which is just not the case. When I speak for myself, I know I'm speaking for certain people, but not everyone. It's like anything. There'll be certain people that will wait, certain people that won't. As they roll out more punishments for not waiting, there's, you know, you'll see more people waiting. They're having an argument in the UK, are they, right now? What? Reddit link does work in the UK, but Imgur does not. Oh, that's so stupid. What's happened? You too, Warren. Hope all is well, mate. But, yeah, so what have we got? So the scanner stuff, we'll probably jump in a minute, actually, on the PTU. Apoc Deacon, are you guys jumping in as well? There's some updates to scanners where we can now find caves. Like, caves will pop up, which is so weird because when we had the Pyro Playground, so, what, 2 years ago, when I was flying around Pyro, when I would scan, there were caves everywhere. just out in the middle of nowhere. There was caves popping up all over the place. I don't know if they're still there or if they've dialed them down or what, but of course they took away the opportunity to see them when they brought out Pyro. They sort of went back to the original where you couldn't scan and find them. The UK government has started an investigation into ImageGuard's owners. So they noped out and blocked all access to UK. Flippin' heck. What is going on in this world? Jackal, thank you, my friend. 07. Oh, saucy. Okay. Flippin' heck. Just let me live in the verse. I'd much prefer that. Moose Run, thank you so much for the 23 months. Beers and patty, please. Thank you, sir. Commander Sin, welcome. 07. But yeah, I'm very happy. So, you know, going into 4.5, especially from kind of an off-grid perspective, let's just talk about that for a sec, because me and Pandalorian have been... I know a lot of people have asked for this kind of thing, and I suppose Panda was the first one to just sort of move past what I'm capable of doing right now, because I don't have time and whatnot. He created this org, which I think is called Off-Grid Alliance, or OG Alliance. Don't go signing up yet until we get the actual link. But the idea being is that it is an org where people wanting to do the off-grid lifestyle can be a member of, and they can find others on there if they are looking to trade, if they need help, maybe putting out emergency beacons to come and help if they get attacked or whatever. And you know, as I say, going into 4.5, we're going to see a lot of people in need of rescue beyond just I'm getting shot or I've been blown up. There's going to be, you know, ships being disabled, components needing replacing. I'm looking forward to setting up my SRV and with random components, RMC, and flying out and helping org mates and other people. But for the off-grid alliance, it's a place where those with alt accounts, or, you know, even if your main account is an off-grid account, you can just find others and see where they are, maybe coordinate, communicate, connect, sell, trade. I don't know what we're going to do just yet with it all, but I think it will be great to have that kind of community where those who enjoy that kind of thing can just coordinate together. And that doesn't mean you have to become, you know, group game. I'm mostly solo with my off-grid stuff, aside from the Twitch off-grid stuff. But the idea being is that we have people all over the place. There's off-grid communities at all locations, and the more people are playing regularly, the more the more likely you'll find someone there off-gridding or living there permanently and being able to exchange goods and whatnot. You eagerly await Genesis Planetech 5 so we can traverse properly with ground vehicles without the terrain jank everywhere. Yeah, I am. That is at the moment one of my highest anticipated features is Genesis. Just because of how much time I spend planetside. I mine planetside, I off-grid planetside. I very rarely just go into space because I just enjoy being on the planet. When Genesis comes along, it's just going to look insane. Living in a forest, and with VR as well. Like, you might end up just sort of crash landing or being, you know, stuck in a forest and you're needing help. I cannot wait to see all the side impacts that Genesis has with mining, with accessing certain areas of a planet where you might need to go in on foot or a ground vehicle because it's maybe so dense that there is nowhere to land at the location you want to go to. You have to land and traverse in alternate ways. There's just so much excitement for me there. Everybody else hearing that music and instinctively sitting up because they thought they just arrived at their quantum travel destination. Like, oh. Nice. Raz, thank you so much for the 32 months. Beers and patty, please. Thank you, sir. How you doing? A Copian attacking via... Yeah. I'm so excited for when we have creatures in the wild beyond just Copian and grazers. You know, like more encompassed in the actual planet, like the ecosystem. There's so many scenarios, right? You could be walking through the swamps, just, you know, looking around, and then suddenly your Mandy pops up. I mean, Space Worm is a whole nother thing, but maybe on a derelict out in space or a derelict space station, and then you hear these sounds, and around the corner come those sort of face-hugger things, yeah. 4.5 at full, 32.9 ultra-wide with 10 gig of RAM is pain. How has everyone found all the graphical settings? Something that Pimax said is, when they asked me what my setup was, of course we're gonna struggle. We're not gonna be able to go full res, you know, VR stuff. But they said they would help with finding the best graphical settings to get the most out of it and still have a decent performance. Because, of course, with VR especially, if you are any less than whatever frame rate, it can become really painful. So I'm excited to see, you know, how the whole Vulcan update works with what we can do. But, yeah, it's going to be quite limiting right now. Chris Cosplay, how you doing? Nice to see you. You got space worms once. Had to take the huge pill. When Rachel takes like any sort of medication or whatever, and needs to swallow the pill, before I pause on that word, she always does this. It always reminds me of Leon with guy from Squadron, Gary Oldman, where he takes the pills and he kind of goes. She does kind of like a weird knockback, and I mean I can't not see her do that and laugh. You're running full 5120. I have to run DLSS 50% and everything on low to stay below that. What's your GPU right now, Apon? Yeah, I'm good, thank you, Chris. Bit jet lagged, but I'm alright. So you have the Pimax 5K, so an old one, and a 4090. Very fluid in looking around, but the ASIC implementation so far is kind of throwing me off. Very playable, though. Yeah, I'm hoping as time goes on they will find optimizations for it as well. But I'm definitely going to struggle in terms of keeping it looking super good, you know, with a 3080 and a 10900. I think 3080 is kind of recommended minimum spec for the VR unit, but my CPU, sorry, is underperforming in that regard. Volos, salut, how you doing? Fallout, welcome. How will VR work going from sticks? That's one of the dilemmas. I suppose, oh, we have the same setup, do we? In that regard, okay. Bollocks. In regards to, you know, using what you want. This is why when I stream, I'm not going to be using VR. I will definitely do some tests with it, but it's mostly going to be for either my personal play or series on YouTube. I suppose that's the benefit of having head tracking is you can have kind of the best of both worlds. But it'll be interesting to see when you've got full VR how you can. A lot of it is just sort of muscle memory, where, you know, sticks are one thing, right? Sticks are quite straightforward. Mouse is another thing that's quite straightforward because when you find it, you immediately know where the buttons are because you've used them so many times. Button boxes, not so much. That's going to be a bit difficult. Keyboard, that's going to be quite difficult. That could be where the virtual desktop comes in, but I'm not a big fan of that personally. I want to be in or nothing. But I think it's going to be, for me, VR is going to be for certain situations in the verse versus others. Maybe if I'm in my hangar or in my ship living in the middle of nowhere where I'm not going to bump into anyone, I can just sort of doss about in full VR and, you know, fix things up or whatever. But then if it gets into FPS, maybe go into a different scenario with where I can see my controls. There's a lot of toggling that will need to happen and getting used to things. A bit like when you first use head tracking, for example. It's not always immediate, especially with FPS. For ships, generally it's fine. But when you're transitioning to keyboard and mouse, it might require an alternate method. Yeah, the future for VR is good. You pull the trigger on a 5080 that should arrive at the end of the month. Oh, nice. Yeah, let me know if that does much, because I'm gonna have to do something. I'm gonna have to do something about the PC, especially with VR now. I don't know. Reducing the aspect ratio massively reduces VRAM. Yeah, well, at the end of the day, when I play for personal preference, I go full screen. When I'm recording, like off-grid stuff, I go whatever it is, the 2K, maybe it's 2560. Oh, very nice, Chris. Happy birthday, by the way, for whenever that was. But yeah, absolutely, you cannot go wrong. Are you going for the Omni throttle, or are you keeping it all dual upright? Zenith, welcome. Yeah, the auto switch is that's why it's there, so that you can quickly hop in and out if you don't get used to it. I know someone said, don't you have like indents for your F key? And it's like, that's not gonna work. My indent is minor. I don't know what other keyboards do, but mine is very minor. Lysergic, how you doing? I'm sorry. I will get there. I'm still waking up. Orange Black, welcome. Nice to see you. So with the fire hazard and decaying power plants, will ships still be regularly lootable, or will they just start to catch fire? No, they will be even more lootable. They will be, thank you for all the hearts, by the way. They will be even more lootable because having any component as a spare component will be beneficial. For, you know, one of your components might be degraded too far and you need to pull it out, especially power plants. Pull that out before it goes any worse. Swap it out for something else. Whatever it is, just to get you back to a place where you can fix things up or get you out of the thick of things. Soft death is no longer going to be a thing. We are moving away from any form of soft death, hard death. Try not to think of it in that regard, because it doesn't work that way anymore in 4.5. It is systemic based on what component gets damaged, which will then determine what you need to do. You will become disabled, and depending on what the problem is, you'll need to fix it up. And then you'll become enabled again, I suppose. So, yes, certain components that you find in ships will be like, pointless, leave it, because that might have been what the cause was of the ship being, you know, broken. So you might want to pick the shields instead versus the power plant. That might be too problematic. Cryo, good morning. But yeah, it's a big move away. Callahan, how you doing, sir? Nice to see you. You're excited for VR, Firebrand, but I think I will use it more for aimless screenshot exploration and enjoy the immersion of the beautiful sights and starcitizen. I'm not sure I want to do intense combat. No, exactly. Everyone's going to be different based on their rig, first and foremost, and how well you can run it. For doing stuff like mining or salvaging, just general ease, using stuff just nice and calmly. Absolutely great. I would say I would love to see the difference between head tracking and VR with like TOBII or even Beam in terms of like the speed at which you can track targets versus having this headset on. I'm sure as time goes on, headsets, the high-end headsets are not super heavyweight, so they don't just kind of go flop and have this, if you're looking around, they're not going to go kind of shifting. But for some, they might just prefer keeping it with just head tracking. One-third of the price of the 5090. Is that still the case? Now that I actually need a GPU, I'll have to be looking into all this stuff. You could try the orb weeds. Well, that's true. Yeah, a mouse with buttons like that would be very beneficial. Anything that will give you muscle memory reactions versus visual, because even now, when I'm playing, I still occasionally have to go boop. The 5090 didn't offer zero interest. Would you have gone for it if they did? Yo, Blob, Colt, how you doing, guys? A lot of VR headsets tend to have a battery pack on the back to balance the display. What does Pimax? I'll have to. It was only this morning that Pimax contacted me, so I haven't fully looked into their products yet. Berry, how you doing? If I could get 4.5 to work with Vulkan for me, I would love to. Is it not working? What's happening? Yeah, DIY button box is just muscle memory. I mean, this button box versus a keyboard is certainly easier to figure out. I think for the most part, I will still just use TOBII. Except for the times when I'm not expecting any combat or anything that is intense and just want the immersion of living in my hangar or in my ship or in my base. The potential, but realistically there is so much take off, and yeah, that's the thing. It's finding solutions to that. That's why, you know, people are like, oh, that means head tracking is obsolete now. It's like, of course it's not. Everyone is so different. Everyone has different requirements, and that will change. Duke, sir, I am excited about getting back into VR with Star Citizen. I'm afraid my computer is going to need some serious upgrades. What are you currently running? Wing, welcome. Question is, the next time the game glitches out and you lose the ship that has 100,000 of spare components in the cargo hold, are they just gone? Well, that's the thing. If it's all based on bugs, potentially. You know, we still lose things, don't we? Due to bugs, due to patch changes. Technically, though, we will be moving to insurance. I don't know about ship insurance to start with. I know item recovery tier 1 is, I think, I could be wrong, but only focused on your FPS gear that you can insure. Eventually, we will be able to insure ship components, items loose inside your ship, cargo, and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, you know, while we're in an alpha and there is... These systems still need to be made, there is going to be that kind of loss where it's a bit like haulers hauling whole seas and there's a glitch. You lose 2 million, 3 million, 10 million. You're more curious about VR versus TOBII when it comes to on-foot stuff, especially when it comes to locomotion and fast turns. Yeah, absolutely. Skadas, how you doing? Yes, they did. So they now enable native VR support, but... it is still a work in progress feature. It isn't finished, it isn't optimized, it is just, you know, it works. There's a lot to it. I haven't tested it myself, but it looks like they've done a lot of work on it. But they need information. And yeah, Pimax is crazy expensive. I mean, I don't know if it's worth it because I've not tried it. It's not something I could ever afford. But they do actually offer a range. I think their cheapest starts at about 600 to 700, which is still expensive anyway. But their top of the line right now is, I think, is about $2,000. And they're bringing out a new one soon as well, from what I've seen. Oh no, they never abandoned it. They just firstly needed Vulkan, and secondly the priority. You know, the need for it, or the priority to shift to make it worth doing. From what I am told, VR works similar to TOBII, but some UI elements are not in correct optimal positions relative to the eye, in particular MOBIGlass. Right. I mean, it still uses head tracking as TOBII does. But yeah, it's obviously it puts you in the actual game, right? It puts your head, your own head in the head of the actual character versus you still looking at a screen. But yeah, I guess it still uses a similar thing. I think insurance should be a credit payment that's about 10% of the total value. I mean, it could be, yes. There's a few ways they could do it based on real-world circumstance and see how that goes. But, yeah, I'm not sure. My only concern right now with Tier 1 is, you know, the insurance, is the whole item recovery, is when an item gets bricked, it's going to be obsolete. So looting is still not going to be all that worth it, because you could equip something that is working and then after a certain amount of time it just suddenly stops working, which is kind of annoying. But I get the point of it with the bricked items for duping and so forth. I just wish there was a better way to do it. Slip, how you doing? I'll tell you what is 100% not worth it. The big screen ones, they glare. The glare is impossible to see through. How much are those? The Omni treadmill, Oxide. That will be one heck of a stream. Exercising in Star Citizen. I remember seeing a clip of 2 people in some form of like full-on VR Omni treadmill thing with, you know, weapons. And it was just, I think, the wife recording their father and son, perhaps, or their, you know, their husband and son. And the guy's like, all right, I'm on my way. He just turns and just sort of runs on the spot. And it's the funniest looking thing ever. That would definitely not be something I could play if Summer was sleeping next door. You think Star Citizen broke your headset? Game crashed and now the PC won't recognize the HDMI. What on earth? Hopefully that's something that can be fixed. The big screens are the ones that want a 3D scan of your face to 3D print the gasket so it fits perfectly. Flippin' heck. 1200, okay. The expiration place will have thighs of steel. I'm on my way. Running through the forests. Dominia, how you doing? Nice to see you. Dominia, nice to see you. We are Cleopatra. No, it's just not how it goes. On those glasses. Yeah, but that's like the Apple glass stuff. You look ridiculous wearing it. I mean, saying that, you look ridiculous wearing VR anyway. What software is Pimax using? I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't looked into it at all. Well, I've looked at the website. I've checked what their products are. I've seen if, you know, they have been reviewed legitimately by people that I know, and they have. So they're clearly legitimate, but I don't know what they use and so forth. I have to do a bit more research there. Go, Thomas. You have been sim racing for years in VR and tried Pimax a couple of times. Really good quality gear. That's very exciting to hear. I know Linus has covered them. Boosted Media, who is a sim racer, where he has like... when I first watched his videos, I thought it was genuine racing driving, until I realized that there was a slight screen, like, you know, a piece of tape going down his windshield. And then I was just amazed that it was actually sim racing, like in a game. He's done a review of I think, the product range, which was a few months ago. But again, it's expensive, right? You're paying a lot of money for a single-use purpose. Not to say they're not worth it. This is all, you know, whether something is worth it is an individual perspective that I cannot truly judge myself, because thankfully and gratefully I get sent this stuff to test for free. Like, I mean, TOBII was free. This VR headset is free, but I'm not keeping it. I'm being loaned it. I can't justify spending $2,000 on a VR headset, even if it is like the greatest thing ever, which I'm sure it's gonna be. But flipping heck, you know, there needs to be, and I'm glad there is, a range to cater for everyone. From their built-in head tracking, Beam, Track IR, TOBII, VR, high-end VR. If you want it, you go for what you can afford and what you're happy paying. Like, when people's, you know, whether something's worth it or not is a personal perspective. No one can say that's worth it, that's worth it. It's all based on everyone's individual circumstance. The Ready Player One, where you plug in. Thank you, Knight. Much appreciated. You're a sim racer. Very expensive, but so worth it. Yeah, it's a proper hobby. Never owned VR, but likely getting TOBII for Christmas. You won't be disappointed, I can say that much. The important thing is that Pimax use OpenXR, which is what Star Citizen wants. Good to know, thank you, Wonko. Skada, thank you for the follow. Imagine the click-clack while streaming. Yeah, everyone will be annoyed. That's a good point, Oksana. The sweaty and itchy. Again, it'll probably be based on the materials used versus, you know, high-end, low-end. When I used to wear the original Oculus, that wasn't comfortable. It felt horrible, like pressed down on my nose. I have a smaller head than average, I would say, and it can feel bad. Yes, I think Valve Index will work great for Star Citizen, from what I understand. So Pimax put most of their money into their displays. The hardware itself is pretty plasticky. Right. That's some good feedback there, mate. So Pimax are the Virpil of VR, minus the customer service problems Virpil have, especially in the US. Okay. The software is generically just okay. It works most of the time, but their integration with Steam is okay too. Works most of the time, but the features that they add are quite good, like smooth motion and foveated. I still can't get my head around foveated rendering. Oh, that's where you look, isn't it? That to me is just like, it feels like a broken word. I really can't comprehend how those headsets don't absolutely murder your neck. Well, that's true, yeah. I guess they're somewhat lightweight, are they? Scythame, welcome. I wish animations were as fast as they showed there. Yeah, they definitely need to tune the animations in Star Citizen to make them... a lot of animations, anyway, to make them more smooth and streamlined. Hopefully that's something we'll see come across from Squadron. Your PC was top of the line when I built it. 3090. A Ryzen 9 5900 with 32 gigs. What's your recommendation for the first upgrade? Oh, man. Probably a CPU, I would say. I mean, 32 gig, you could... You know, you ain't going to get another 32 gig for cheap, are you? But a new CPU would probably be a good direction there. I think that's... I don't know. I'm not the person to ask, but I would say that's where the bottleneck will be with that build. Correct me if I'm wrong, though, please. Your nose is too big, so it feels bad on your nose. Well, that's true. I wouldn't want to have a metal headset. Plastic is probably the best option. Horbid, how you doing? 4.5 in 18 minutes. Is that when it's coming? Vuja, bless you, my friend. Thank you. How you doing? Foveated. Yeah, it still looks broken. A motorcycle helmet rig. What about like a pilot helmet? That would be cool. Yeah, I guess if they put battery packs, that's as much as it's to counterbalance, it would probably be quite heavy or heavier. It's fine to show longer cockpit animations when... Do you know what? Back in the day, their original intention with cockpit in and out animations were to offer 3 variants where you have, based on button presses, where you have either a slow, a medium, or a speedy speed to get in and out. And I think that there's just a problem there of you click the wrong one, and then you're bound to this one slow, you know, if you get it wrong, you get the slow interaction when you're being shot at, and you're like... But, I mean, if you do that with head tracking, you're probably going to break it. So there's... If you're like me and you like doing that... there's some feedback. Yeah, so my opinion was offer the speed variations, but with... kind of like, a bit like how you go up and down a ladder. If you hold down shift, you increase the speed, slow down the speed if you let go. I think that would be a good way of doing it. So you could determine which one you go for. Oh, you're at work, you get off work in 16 minutes. Okay. You can't come in and say stuff like that, Horbid. You're going to make everyone think it's dropping to live in like 15 minutes. I like that they want to do VR, but I would love for them to focus on making the game more play. It's different people, right? They have already made the game more playable by bringing things like Vulcan, although I wouldn't say everyone is feeling the same way about that right now. Opening the graphical options makes it more playable for many more people with different setups. There's a lot they've done already that then now enables them to work on VR. Whether it's the right time, I don't know, because like you say, it only impacts a handful of people, and this is the main reason why we haven't seen VR in Star Citizen until now, because there's no priority for it. But they're at a point now where they can do it. It hopefully doesn't require, you know, a huge team of people, and in fact, they've actually been using players to test it. Sylvan had his own testing group of players to work on it, rather than a ton of developers. So it's not really been overly resource extensive from what I can tell. Yo, MPT Tech, welcome. You bought yourself a Galaxy. Hope that will show up next year. Yeah, I believe it's supposed to, isn't it? Q-Burn, welcome. Off-grid with engineering, gonna hit different. I wish I could keep tanks of fuel. Yeah, I suppose fuel isn't too much of a problem right now. I would certainly just fly to a Shubin outpost and refuel there. But don't repair. Let your ship get aged and degraded and have to do the repairs yourself. But I'm excited to see that. Yes, has anyone checked the constellations in 4.5? Do they have physical components yet? From what I understand, the intention is for any ship that has interiors, they want to get them all physicalized for 4.5, but there is probably going to be some outliers. They don't, APOC. Thank you, mate. Hopefully, they can keep rolling these additional ships for, you know, with physical components as time goes on. Citizen Thorn, thank you for the 3-month resub. In fact, let me jump in. Let me get the game launched, because we've got stuff to test, and I've just rabbited on even further there and completely forgotten about jumping in. Scythim, thank you for the follow. Lots of ships that don't have physical despite having interiors. I'm guessing they will just keep updating, as they sort of stated for the PTU cycle. They will just, even if it goes live soon, they will keep adding to the list of ships that have those physical components, and the con is hopefully not too far off. I don't know if they'll get them physical components for 4.5 in the Connors, but hopefully it'll be not too far after. Alright, let me just go for a piddle, and then we'll jump in and just sort of doss about and see. Deacon, APOC, you choose the ship. Let's see what we got. Hey, right. Let's just stop that for a second. We'll let the shaders do their thing. Get rid of that. Hopefully, it's not going to take too long for the shaders. Flipping shaders. Once they're done, I'll launch, I'll go in, and hopefully with it being the PTU, you guys will be in the same PTU. But yeah, you guys, APOC, you can pick the ship, pick whatever you think is a good way of demonstrating how engineering is working right now. Not just for you lot to see, but for myself as well, because the last time I played it was when I was in the Clipper, and after any form of combat, or anything really, it would just suddenly be ablaze, and I had 30 seconds to get out of the ship. Message of the day, still not in English, so no release yet. We are currently putting together a new 4.5 build for a potential PTU release later today. Thank you, Wonko. So yeah, no change there yet. Still lots to tweak. Gonna get a coffee. Let me launch the game. So annoying being so tired, because I don't know if I'm going to want to be able to play anymore tonight, because I'm going to be so tired. Mac. To be fair, Summer did really well with her sleep. Oh, no, no. Where am I going? We'll do new Babbage as always, I'm assuming. Yeah, quite an early message of the day, isn't it, being 4 o'clock? Not out of the extraordinary, though. It has happened around that time before. Tell you what, when we were on the hotel in England on the way back, it was a Hilton Gardens one next to Heathrow, and we looked at the menu, and they had a barbecue jackfruit pizza for 22 quid, and I was like, oh, it better be nice. So I ordered that for myself, and it was literally the Goodfellas, not good, is it Goodfellas? No. It's basically a store-bought pizza that is £4.50 that they charged 22 quid for. And when I tried to say that to the lady serving, who was Russian or you know, Ukrainian or Latvian, I don't know, but she just smiled because I don't think she understood what I was saying. She's like, "You enjoy meal?" I'm like, well, I was a bit miffed to find out it was a, yeah, Chicago town. It was a £4.50 store-bought pizza, and she goes, "Oh," I'm like, for fuck's sake, I can't even complain. It's a really nice pizza. That's the stupid thing. I really like the pizza. We used to get it quite a bit. But for 22 quid, all they did was put it in the oven. So you have the Paladin up, although that's far from vulnerable in the current balancing. What do you think's the best option? You guys send me an invite, and we'll check it out. Oh, TOBII. Like, what's going on? Why does this feel weird? The hot dog stuffed crust. Yeah, they do some good pizzas. Well, yeah, food in hotels are overpriced. Absolutely. But surely they can make an effort to actually make the pizza. Not just buy it from a shop, right? That's what got me. Okay. Yeah, they had to heat it up, I suppose. Devo, thank you for the follow. Oh, is it on the? Has it not come through? Can you try and send me a party invite and just see if we're on the same server? If not, I can come back out and go back in again. I didn't miss it, did I? Kemi, thank you so much, mate. How you doing? You once had paid £3 for a pint of Coke in a Heathrow hotel, which was poured out of a special offer for 99 pence bottle. Oh my lord, it's shocking, isn't it? I remember being at a holiday park, working at a holiday park, where... Oh, we're in the same thing. Is it not working? All right, yeah, I'll try and invite you guys. Where they ask, you know, like 16-ounce glasses, they ask you to fill it with ice and then do a shot of Coke rather than, you know, a glass of Coke. And I was just like, I'm not doing that. You can't. There's no way. Oh, hang on. I've gone way past D. You guys get that? Hello, hello. I might take my clipper out. That might be a good one. Maybe we should just bring different ships so that we can at least shoot each other and test this stuff as well. I miss my clipper so much. Hello? Oh, hey! Your org's desperately waiting to be able to share resources. Yeah, I bet. There's so much. I just can't wait to do org events, off-grid events, you know, just all this sort of stuff. Having to think about engineering as well. Yes, I play quite a lot when I'm not streaming laser. Before I went on holiday, I was pretty much playing every night. Testing as much as I could with engineering. When it was going through the whole testing phase, I was just like on it all the time because I didn't know how long we'd have it for, you know, on the tech preview. And then they're like, it's coming in with 4.5, so I was playing it every night. I also now start recording my off-grid things on a night time, which I'd prefer not to have to work. It's kind of work because it's for this, but it's a lot easier to do it when I'm, you know, excited and inspired. Red, thank you, my friend. Beers and Party, thank you for the tier 2 21-month resub. Biomechanical, how you doing? Have you tried it? Was it fun? Oh, mate, I can't imagine. I'm excited to try it myself. I just need time. I'm going to take my clipper. What are you guys taking? Can you hear me, APOC? But yeah, I generally now on a night time. Come on, APOC, get it together, mate. Ramoyne, how you doing? Yeah, I generally play every day. The downside is it's hard to decide what to play because I love doing the whole, you know, what we have now versus, aha, I hear you.
There we go.
Versus, all right, no worries. Are you in the, did you get my party invite? Because I don't see your icon. Oh, fair enough. Well, can we meet halfway? Is that possible? Or is it just better to have you come to us? It's a blue sweater, is it? Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Ramoyne. Appreciate that, mate. Yeah. The pleasantries are out of the way. Sincerely hope you are successful at salvage and scavenging now that you have a family to feed. Hey, I've had a family to feed for the last 3 years. That's not changed. Okay, so we got those bits in. Do we have... They're automatically in for testing purposes, I'm assuming. Do I have a... No, I need to get my multi-tool. In fact, I can go this way, can't I? You haven't been on your VR in a while. It feels quite sickly, but other than that, it's pretty awesome. Graphics aren't amazing for VR, but just to actually feel the height of... Yeah, I just can't wait to feel the scale of a ship like this. I honestly, I get shivers thinking about it when you know, when it's what it's going to be like. Thank you, Cryo. Congratulations on your 10 years, by the way. How much do I think the ship will be? What in game? Ooh, I don't know. Me? Yeah, you're 1.9. Well, I'm seeing Deacon. He's only 1.8 kilometers away from me, so I don't know why you're seeing me so far away. I'm still not seeing where you are, Apok. Watched the Video Game Awards last night and came to the sad realization, in my opinion, I don't think Star Citizen or Squadron will ever get that kind of recognition. They will, but not in that sort of... yeah, they are kind of the black sheep. They don't need it. They don't need all that nonsense. They will be absolutely fine, like showing up all of these other gaming companies who can't do it right. Not to say that there aren't companies out there who are doing it right. Of course, there absolutely are. But, yeah. They will get their recognition. Regardless of whether it's from an actual, you know, gaming awards. People will vote. People will, when they start seeing what this is all about, they will be, their minds will be blown. Okay, we're good there. Public function, how you doing? Frex, welcome. 07. Well, yeah, the economy needs to continue evolving. That's something that is... thankfully, we have the economy team handling it, but it's a big job, and that'll take a lot of patches to get sorted. Not to mention as more things roll out. Like engineering really plays havoc with the economy. What is going on here? Keep getting sudden drops. I'm only using 6.4. Sunkshark, how you doing, my friend? Thank you for the 85 months, mate. Beers and Paddy players. How are you doing today? How is your family? I mean, it's all custom set to low. I'm not going to mess with it yet. That's not what I'm looking at right now in terms of, you know, messing with my VRAM and setting things up. That'll be something I'll do when other people have done it and they, you know, with similar setups. Clutch, how you doing? Hey, there's nothing wrong with 50 months at all. What is happening? Mystic, welcome. PTU. Yeah, it's just PTU for now. Oh, okay. There we go. Things are... Oh, no, that's not a crash, is it? Hey. I think once Squadron releases and people then see Star Citizen, you know, at a place where it's actually fully enjoyable, playable, not breakable, it doesn't matter how long it takes. People will accept and understand. It's the fact that it's taken this long has put a lot of darkness and shade on it. The fact that they sell ships and people assume that you can't get them in game and so forth, it has put shade on it. Which, you know, understandably, people aren't going to understand that kind of stuff when you're just sort of floating in the background, checking out now and again and listening to other media outlets. But when it's released and people are like, holy crap, they actually delivered, I hope they do, of course, then it'll just do it. It'll speak for itself. They don't need all that recognition. All right. Where are you, Deacon? What, are you grabbing a ship?
I'm hovering above you.
All right, yeah. We'll all head to Astos. Deco, how you doing? Anthony, welcome. Yes, I really enjoyed my time off, thank you. It was definitely needed a break, But timing couldn't have been worse with everything going on in Star Citizen. But that's always the case with Rachel's birthday. And now our anniversary. It's like as if Christmas isn't expensive enough. We've got Rachel's birthday and our wedding anniversary now to think about. Bigger than life. How you doing? Tony Z is now emeritus. Right when it's getting really good. He is, I think, just sort of semi-retired, maybe on hand for just, what you call it, like advisement and so forth. Which is a big shame, but, you know, understandably, people come and go. We've seen a lot of big names in the industry, big influences in Star Citizen come and go, you know. But it's kind of how it goes. We just see it on a day-to-day basis, don't we? Kind of depend on how well Squadron's perceived. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if the game flops, of course, then it'll be a big hit. But I'm not expecting it to, nor, you know, will it, but we'll see. It is obviously a niche game. It's a single-player, story-driven campaign, which, you know, Star Citizen isn't. But when people realize the level of quality and detail that they go into with Squadron, and then they find out that there's a multiplayer version of it that, as much as it will lower in certain quality levels, like the characters are not necessarily going to look as good in the PU as they do in Squadron, but pretty much everything else will. It'll be less cinematic if you tone it down a bit, but like the amount of times I've been playing a game that then has been a single-player game from the offset, you know, like Elder Scrolls and so forth, and then they roll out a multiplayer version of that, and it just feels like a watered-down version of it. I don't feel Star Citizen will feel that, because it's a bigger, better version of Squadron. Squadron will be very detailed, cinematic, and the PU will still retain a lot of that, but it won't be like a super cinematic movie, even though some would argue it will be. It's a personal decision, Ramoyne, about whether you go Beam, TOBII, VR, or whatever. There is a place for all of it, based on your budget, preference, Oh. We need engines. It shouldn't interfere with it, but I wouldn't want to use both. You don't need to use both at the same time, of course. Oh my good lord, let's get out of here quick. Well, maybe. The thing is, the level of detail they're going to with Squadron characters, you know, like Hamill and whatnot, is I don't know if they're going to do the exact same level of detail for characters like Miles Eckhart and stuff. They may actually do the same sort of stuff. But I feel like there will be a slight difference in that quality. But at the same time, they reuse it all. So, you know, I don't know. Oh, nice. Maybe I should just keep chatting for longer in general. Johnny, how you doing? Welcome. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, sounds good, Sunk Shack. Be good to get you involved in the org. Yeah, it's a shame they're not doing the whole drop-in, drop-out sort of co-op play for Squadron. That would have been really cool. Being able to just have a mate be a wingman for a little while. But I suppose with the PU, you've kind of got that real-world feel to it. Still don't see APOC. Yeah, I'm the same, Cole. I play in the dark. Oh, yeah, actually, I'm seeing it already. Evade, how you doing? Harbinger's your favourite. It is a nice ship. Be nice when that gets fully updated to the new everything. Yeah, yes and no, Evade. I think there's going to be specific use cases where, you know, VR is super immersive, but The downside is a lot of it could be to do with your interactions with controls, knowing where they are. So I don't necessarily. I think Tony's retired. I don't think he necessarily just left CIG. I think he just retired, but still offers consultation. But saying that, no one knows. No, they've not mentioned. So nobody knows right now, other than CIG and Tony. He is emeritus, which I guess is kind of there on hand to consult more than anything. Yeah, I originally wanted just Squadron. I was more of a single-player game person than a multiplayer game person. And Squadron was what drew me in, but then, you know, learning more about what their intentions are with this MMO, it was like, okay, you know, I am more PU now than Squadron, but I'm super excited for Squadron. Ice, how you doing? Yeah, same. I actually don't use my sticks and peripherals and TOBII for anything else. I use it solely for Squadron, for Star Citizen. Thank you for your 10 stream streak, Johnny. Oh, you brought the Idris, I see. Very nice. Got a few ships around here. So, what's the plan? Oh, is that this one that just became available? I say just, before I went away.
The one we've been waiting like a year on.
Oh, she is beautiful. Although, when we get the new model, it is going to look even nicer. Looking kind of used.
Oh yeah, it's still not like 4K like some of the newer models. Perseus.
So, what is the best way to do this then? Are you in your Perseus? It's so crazy how small it looks in comparison to the Idris. Maybe he is serving the Emperor.
Ooh, I have to compensate a bit here. You're heavy.
Is he too heavy for you? So...
You gained a little weight over the Christmas.
Welcome, by the way, Astro. What's the plan? Shall we...
We've got 3 pretty distinct sizes of ship here if we can find a clearing to put them all down.
Yeah, alright. Let's take a look about, see if we can find that.
I saw Zeus and Spirit here. I don't know if they're wrong.
There's quite a few vehicles around, it seems. Let me scan them while you guys look for a place to land. Yeah, Zeus is over there. Are the Perseus components lootable? No, because they're size 3, aren't they? I believe. So you can't take them out. No jungle planets yet. Have you seen anything... Yeah, nice one. Have you seen anything on Genesis during their CitizenCon Direct? I mean, looking at the planet terrain now, it's... Come on then, give me the information. It's not doing it.
Small spots over here to land at.
Well, big enough for you.
This one should be.
Yeah, we got Daymar. We've, I think that... Oh, there we go. Yeah, this is still owned. Oh, wow, yeah. There's, I think what we will see, though, is not necessarily... I mean, obviously, Daymar is a moon, and it's fully sand, you know, desert, but it's not breathable. What we will see with Genesis is areas like deserts, but as solid biomes. This Spirit is lootable. I'll just quickly have a look on board, if I can. we will see things like Nix 1, for example. We'll probably have a ton of, you know, not a ton, but a large area of desert, perhaps. Is that a ship there as well? Oh no, that's a building. This whole planet looks weird. Can I put it down here?
The low texture setting does some weird stuff to planet textures.
Oh, that'll be what it is, yeah. Oh man, it's disgusting. Oh, do any of you have a tractor beam? I didn't actually bring a tractor beam.
I have a hand tool tractor beam.
Yeah, that should be fine. Just for getting components out, because these, it's the clipper size 1, isn't it?
Mostly size 1s, yeah. I think it might be all size 1.
No, never mind then. It's fine because this C1 is all size 2, I believe, isn't it? Yo, Taron, how you doing? Let's see if I can run a little diagnostics and see what's happened to this. Yeah, Connie's not yet updated. Does it have an engineering
If you look in the
screen?
personal locker, there's a good chance there's a salvage tool and salvage ammo.
That's a good point. Yeah, and some fuses. They're default now, aren't they? For the time being, anyway. I'm sure they'll go away when 4.0, or when 4.5 drops to live. Does it not have an engineering screen? Okay, let's just open this up. Yo, Rob.
I think the engineering
How you doing?
behind one of the component doors.
Okay. I do, yes. Exclamation beam. I believe it is on YouTube as well. Shepard, how you doing? Definitely recommend it. Couldn't think of the word. Shepard, how you doing? All right. What's occurred here then? So the relay is orange. Missile rack problem detected. They've probably been looted. Life support problem detected. That's down here. The health is alright. It's still pumping out oxygen, I think. It's missing. Is it missing a power plant? Its relays look to be a bit worn. Yeah, okay. Oh no, the power plant's there. It's not giving me the information. Oh, there we are. For some reason, that one isn't being recognized. Nah, all is fine. I guess they're just probably logged, to be fair. I'll be on my way to you. I'm just going to have a quick piddle first. But yeah, not sure what's happened there. I think they just decided to log out. Nothing was wrong with their ship by the looks of things. You deleted the banking app. What, by accident? Oh, now it seems to be showing me everything. Alright, let me just go and have a pee while we get into the seat. And then I will be back. Right. Where were we? But yeah, I really like how we see, like you come across these ships and you can kind of determine what's happened. Oh, look, a Moshi Plague, Dakari pod, of course. So it shows us all the harvestables. You guys seeing any caves around? Forgot about that. Yo, brain power, yeah, really.
Nope. That's Joshua's. He was trespassing, so he pissed off the revenant.
Uh-oh. Is engineering frustrating? No, it's not frustrating. Oh, yeah, will do, yeah. What's that noise? Was that proximity warning? I really like what
or hand over party to one of us. Yeah.
Actually, yeah, let me see if I can do that. Yeah, I should have handed it to you, Deke. How easy is it to set up HOTAS for Star Citizen? It's more time consuming than difficult. It can be a bit iffy at times because of the way, you know, you push forward and it goes backwards and then you have to revert them, and it's just a case of go into Arena Commander and start with the basics of flight.
Right when he joined the party. Brilliant. And
What's happened? Oh,
the Revenant stopped firing at the Valkyries as soon as he joined the party.
Oh, nice.
Brilliant.
Can't wait to go looking for caves. Go on, fire at me, I dare you.
Hey, Pop, is the DC broken again?
Depends on what you mean.
The gun won't pop out.
Yeah, the as Apoc says, the Genesis stuff isn't coming until next year. But if, you know, looking at what it offers, I'm happy to wait for it if it's going to take, you know, all this stuff to the next level. Flipping heck, it's going to be pretty incredible. Drago, how you doing? I mean, what is this? Let's just see. We're only at 28 FPS right now, so...
Mac, try turning your textures up to medium.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's somewhat better. It doesn't look like a murky swamp.
And, transformer model might help you as well.
Transformer model? Where's that? Transformer model? I don't have transformer model. Where's transformer model, Apoc? Where it says... Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. We hit the yellow there for a little brief moment. Thank you. Hello! Oh, I might be dropping it on the floor. Oh, no. Good. Oh, I love this helmet thing. Have we all lost VoIP suddenly? Have you guys... Can you hear me? Here we go again. Flipping VoIP. There's only 3 of us. Well, there's only 4 of us. Hello? You hear me? Ay, ay, ay. We're stood right next to each other. Let's all just go and stand on the Idris. See if that helps. Or in here. Yeah, I detest the whole keybind nonsense. As much as you can obviously save it, it still doesn't always get everything. Can you hear me inside? Hello, hello. One day we will. Hello, 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 hello. Nothing. Can you guys hear each other at least?
Systems activating. Systems on.
You guys hear me? Hello? Oh, VoIP. Hello? 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 Can you hear each other? What are you doing there? Stupid VoIP. Is that this ship making that noise? Let's just go on Discord. Screw it. We'll just see what we got. Pick a channel and I'll jump in with you. Because that's annoying. And if there's only 4 of us, it'll be fine, won't it? What we thinking? Don't we have a channel for this kind of thing on Discord? Yeah, I get it, Bike. I'm just not I always. Hello? Can you hear me? All right.
Yep.
Loud and clear.
All right. Let's check. Can you hear me still? No. No. Oh, hang on. I just need to reset Discord as priority thing.
Oh yeah.
It's just I always hate the where is Discord? Hang on. The need for these third-party things. I love the VoIP when it works. You know, the whole proximity thing. But of course, the way it works right now, it's not ideal. So yeah. Draven, welcome. Yeah, same. It just sometimes it doesn't always save my things, and I have to reload it and then keep doing it again. All right. Where are you all? Is that working?
Hello? Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Good. What's that? Is this vehicle making that alarm sound?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Ground
think the
vehicles do
Idris was doing it too. How did you turn on the turret? Hey, Punk.
The turret
Magic.
state is based on the weapon state, but it's bugged right now, so weapons don't turn it on and off, so you have to turn the whole thing on and then back on again.
Yeah, VoIP just breaking immediately. Walkie-talkies, that's what we need. Yo, Picard. All right, how can we test things within the next hour and a half? What are we thinking?
Well,
you wanna test?
We have basically every size of ship here between the Clipper, the Asgard, the or Perseus. I keep trying to say Paladin, and the Idris. So we have small, medium, large, capital here.
Yeah, okay. So do we shoot?
Perseus also has really big guns.
That's true. What's the latest on penetration then, and damage
So
to the
way it
power
works,
plant?
every
Yeah, let's
ship
blow
has an
for
armor
science.
health bar. That armor health bar is the entire skin of the ship, so you hit it anywhere, you're damaging the one armor health right now.
Right.
That armor has a thickness which is not currently directly communicated to the player, but it does have a thickness to it that varies ship to ship. As that armor health bar goes down percentage-wise, that thickness gets thinner globally across the entire ship, and allows more penetration through.
Right. Okay. And from what I understand, energy is better at penetrating than ballistics, right?
Okay, they're different. That's the best way to describe it. Energy is very shallow penetration, but it blooms out into a very wide cone. So it's really effective against things like fighters and small ships because you don't need to penetrate that far to hit the components. But the wide bloom of it, the sploosh, kind of gives you that ability to hit lots of stuff at once.
Ah, the sploosh.
It's a very technical term, I know.
Yes. So I see then ballistics are still good for heavier targets, but energy are more capable at taking on smaller targets.
Like if I wanted to hit a Gladius or even something up to the size of like the Clipper over there, energy weapons would probably be just fine. They have enough penetration to get past the armor, and the wide splash of it gives them the ability to hit lots of components at once.
Sploosh. Yeah,
If I wanted to hit something like the Perseus or especially the Idris, I want ballistics because the energy is just not going to have the penetration depth to get down to the components.
I'm down. I've got 13 seconds of life left.
30
I'm
seconds.
just sitting in my Valkyrie.
Wait, your power plant's about to explode?
Oh no, that was just me dead.
What?
Oh.
Did you change your
I
microphone,
brought
by
a
the way?
med tool.
No, I've got a cold.
Oh, keep away.
Yeah, I just got rid of mine.
Respawning. I'm
Get away.
just respawning.
Oh, you don't have any atmosphere on board either.
Okay.
Oh, that might have been the reason then, because I was checking the diagnostics and I could see no problems.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
He's dead.
We should probably set our spawns on the Idris, to be fair, because this is probably going to happen again. I'm going to go do that. And I need to check my...
That is so weird. There's no atmosphere on board, but the door is open and there's atmosphere outside. What the hell?
I'm assuming that's something that has to come later if it's not... I mean, it's supposed to be in now, isn't it, where it vents and refills?
Oh yeah, the atmosphere thing is a bug.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, when I was away and I read about the whole ballistics and energy, I was like, what? In regards to energy being more penetrative than... Penetrative? Is that right? I mean, that's how I generally talk to the girls. But yeah, I did wonder. That kind of makes somewhat sense, I guess. I don't know.
It's definitely a work in progress. The core of engineering works and works well, but all of the numbers around it, the penetration, the armor, the splash, the cones, it all just
Otherwise
is
you'll get
numbers
lost.
that need to change.
Yeah, fair enough. Again, I guess it's all, like you say, just all in flux. Seems too emergent for Star Citizen. I mean, trying to understand, like, being...
And the atmosphere thing is a known issue. It's the ship produces atmosphere from the life support, but it currently assumes when you open the door that outside is a vacuum.
Oh, right. So it's what we all know what they say about assumptions. Being the mother.
Yes.
Which way is it, Deacon? Don't
Yeah, the way.
leave me stranded. This way. Yeah, trying to understand what, like, APOC's breakdown, like, technical breakdown of this stuff while I'm still jet-lagged is like... I need time to just ingest all this stuff, because being out of the loop and being tired
It's
is
a lot of numbers.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of making sense, but of course, the whole idea of energy versus ballistics is kind of a bit of a crossover. But like you say, if it's all just sort of work in progress, it's probably for a reason. We'll see. Regeneration. Can't talk today. All right, I'm safe. So Josh, did you spawn back at Babbage now then?
Yeah, back at Babbage. I'll be there shortly.
All right. Are you bringing like a tiny ship or something else?
You pick.
I would
see what I got.
I would probably say bring a small ship, like a small like
fighter or something.
Yeah, something like that where it's completely different.
I'll bring a saber.
Ah, yeah, nice. That's a good one. That's not the best way to go. I gone too far? Oh no. I found you. Have you guys tested this whole engineering thing with the Idris yet then? During like an op or anything?
No, we had one op that we had to cut halfway through because of sound bugs.
Oh yeah, of course.
And that was on live too, not on engineering.
Ah, right. Flipping.
Yeah.
Come on, get it together, CIG. Let's get this audio bug resolved. It's annoying.
The way engineering works in here right now is a little bit slapped together. You're basically repairing the doors the components are supposed to be behind.
Oh, right, I see. So you don't actually have access to the physical components yet, then?
Yes.
No, the doors are still closed. Very much closed.
Well, that's a bit wank. But
I also don't actually know where the quantum drive in here is. I know where the coolers and the power plants are.
Right here.
Not the quantum drive. Oh, is it right there?
It's right here.
just gotta open your eyes, Puck. Thank you,
geez.
Total. Much appreciated.
Life
Welcome. How you
support
doing?
is on the other side.
That's not important. Right, Josh.
And 2 shields in the other end.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm just gonna check my clipper then for armor, because last time I was playing it, the armor was not really there.
Armor should be showing up as a percentage health bar now. There is a known issue currently where the cooling shows up as disabled even though it's on.
Okay. I do like the sound effects and the lighting effects, how that kind of automates based on what's going on. That was one thing I really liked about the video I put out when it was on the earlier PTU, like Wave 1, where it would just be like immediately this sort of sirens going off. It felt problematic, really, like there was danger. You got revived and then the game kicks you for inactivity. What? Yeah. Alright, yeah, showing up as armor 100%. That's good. And we've got all these little icons as well, which is new, isn't it? To quickly see what everything
And we do
is.
both have ballistics and lasers available if you want to check stuff.
Yeah, I guess we should just start shooting at each other in some fashion and sort of see what happens. I don't know what the best way to run through it is, though, or what to start with. What do we think? Maybe if I fly around in the clipper and you guys just shoot me with some weapons and I sort of see what happens and watch it play out live is probably a good way of seeing this.
Yeah, the Clipper is the smallest and most fragile of the ones.
Yo,
we have
Strat
here.
Cat. Yeah, it's the one that I generally... I like to test things in more realism as to what I would encounter so that I can gauge best how things are working. So I guess if I fly around in this, what would be the best thing to shoot me with? Is it a Perseus turret maybe, or maybe
either the size 3s off of the Perseus turret or off of the Valkyrie turret.
Shield system is it.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Or those. I think that's a pair of size 4s.
Seems to be doing the trick.
Revenant.
Feel that one, Strat. Alright, so shields are fine. We'll see if there's any further damage coming in.
Can I hit you, though?
No,
what?
you shouldn't be able to hit the
No, you
pilot
shouldn't,
in the current build.
Well, was that actually happening in a PTU build?
It was happening in a live build, but it was quite a while ago now.
There's new ground effects.
Yeah, they're a bit slow-mo. I don't know if that's to do with the whole graphical settings, though.
Well, that looks good. On my end.
Right, yeah. Nice, thanks.
Yeah, they're a little jank on low, but they do look pretty good on the higher settings.
Yeah, so far no damage whatsoever to anything. Shields are still obviously up. That's knocking the shields down slightly. Still 100%. Okay, things are stopped.
Engines offline.
Warning, fire detected.
Oh, shit. All right. Where's my power plant?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's
That's
going
power
bad.
plant. That's power plant.
I don't have a quantum drive to take it out, and I don't have an option to repair it anywhere. Where is it?
Where is the power
Oh, I
plant on
found
this
it.
thing? Here it is.
Warning.
All right, it's repairing, but everything's on fire. It's very hot. Oh boy. Oh boy.
By the way, the fire extinguisher can now be bought in Kelto
Nice.
Warning, fire
We
detected.
have a fire extinguisher
for
on board.
1,000 credits.
Yeah, I'm looking for. Ah, there it is.
Fire detected.
All right. we
Oh,
got
your
this.
wing just fell off by itself. I didn't touch it.
Let me try and get the power plant sorted. Holy moly.
Fire detected.
Oh, nice.
We lost
one,
an
I
engine.
didn't see you there. All right, I'm going back up. All right, well, we
Is
pulled
this
it back.
on fire back here?
Oh, it's on fire up here in the cockpit for some reason.
Oh,
And habitation. Intense fire. Holy moly! Oh no.
Well, it looks like it's working better than
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, it's going out. Flipping heck, though. That's like panic mode. I don't know what to do.
I wouldn't sleep in there, though.
No, it might be
These
a bit
two power plants
risky.
are both still dropping in health.
Are you able to take them out? Let me try and open the doors.
She also still says that there's a fire.
Yeah, it's showing in the
You need to
cargo bay,
unlock
maybe?
ports for me to get them out.
Oh crap! All right, hang on.
Can we do that from the engineering terminal?
I don't think so.
We should be able to, CIG.
Yeah, we should.
Where are the coolers at on this ship?
On the bridge, I think. Let me just go and open the ports because I don't know if that's doing anything.
Does look like it's a little toasty up there on the bridge.
Yeah, it's a bit smoky. Someone left the jackfruit pizza in the oven. Yeah.
I do love what you've done with the place.
Like, it's got that used, singed look, which I've been after for a while. All right, ports are unlocked to get it out. I don't think there's
It's the only thing that's fitting for that ship.
That's true. I can hear the fire still, though, but I don't see it. Maybe just keep blasting. Can't see. Obviously, we're not being able to open the door.
It's like 600
here.
degrees in here right now.
Oh man, yeah. I'll try and bring that temperature down. Let me just open. I'm trying to open this lift.
I actually
Alright,
can't
that's
get these
going down.
components out of here. I've detached them from the slot, I think, but they're not coming out.
They park you in there? Are they still stuck? It's quite dense. This
Oh,
smoke.
you made the fog go away for a second.
Did it? Oh yeah. Is it going to stay away? I think it's venting it, hopefully. How do we keep the doors open?
In the engineering terminal, if you click on doors on the bottom left, that should pop up the ability to click on the doors like in the hologram.
Okay.
And then you can click on a door, open it, and hit the little lock button when it's open, and that should lock it open.
Ah, nice. Okay. I wonder if I can open the ports and keep them open as well, because the air isn't. It's so thick here, it's not leaving upstairs. Flipping heck, that was intense. It's a bit fiddly. when you click it, you gotta kind of keep clicking it. That should be open already. Oh, that's the... No. Stay open, you. Wonder if I can get that vent or access. Where's the bit where you crawl up and down like the ladder? I'm not seeing that. Am I looking at the wrong side? I am. That's why.
Isn't that in the front?
Yeah, found it. All right, let me open that because that should vent more air this way. Oh, it's closed. Oh, all right, ignore that. Is that going to open? Yeah, there we go. That's what we need open to vent this stuff. Okay, they're all open. I think it's all open, so that should hopefully vent the air. That looks kind of cool from down here, Apoc, with that light on. Is that hatch open down here? Yeah. Hopefully give it enough time to...
Yep, yeah, it looks open.
Temperature's going up again. I guess we need to keep cooling it off.
Yeah. I'm trying to get the life support and cooler back online, but all of the parts keep dropping back to 0 as soon as I repair them.
Oh. I wonder if fuses need replacing, maybe. These doors keep flipping closing as well, even though I've locked them. Power sensors. Where are the power sensors? What are those? Are they like separate things?
I've never done engineering in a ship this small, so I'm not used to it.
Yeah. It kind of got hectic quick there. Alright, that should be locked open. Everything should be locked open now. That's open.
I think there's still an active fire in the cockpit, even though we can't see it.
Okay. Well, temperature is definitely dropping, provided the doors don't shut. Oh no, it's going up again. Oh, the flipping doors. Let me keep blasting here.
Oh, what's going on?
PDCs?
Someone's coming in.
I need to get out of it because I am heating up too much. I am overheating. What's your temperature, Apoc?
Yeah, I see it.
Oh. Is it Josh coming in?
Nope. Somebody is fucking about. Shooting at us.
Are the PDCs handling it, or do we need to get airborne?
He's still taking puck shots coming in and out.
What's the name?
I don't know. He's in a Buccaneer.
You get ping.
Of all things.
Oh, you can't
way
ping,
out.
can you? Yeah, shall we hit up in the Perseus and get airborne? Oh, look at the damage there. I can see smoke coming out of the cockpit as well, which is pretty cool.
Synergy is called.
Synergy, okay. Should we take flight? Synergy sounds
Yeah, I'm
familiar.
heading into
Yeah,
the Percy.
kill him.
We'll have a hard time hitting per se in the Percy, but if we hit him once with those big guns, it'll kill him.
All right. What's he flying?
Buccaneer.
Buccaneer. It's all red.
Yo, Paul. Yeah, all good, thank you. Had a great time. Good to
I'm
be back now.
about 10k out, coming to you. And,
19 kilometers away and counting.
I'm under 10k from you now.
You take him out. Right, entertain him anyway. Stonker, how you doing? Bishop, welcome.
I smell.
Panic was real. Yeah, it's a shame it's not like just, you know, when we're underneath the ship. It'll be nice when they get that physicality stuff done.
It'd be also nice if it would cool off the other ship that's on fire.
Yeah, true. Alright, so should I go front turret, top?
Yes.
Okay.
Middle deck all the way to the front.
Is that up the ladder first, and then through the torpedo bay?
Yeah.
Yeah, got it. Nice. But yeah, it should be venting. We're on a planet that has atmosphere, so it should be venting. Epic game, how you doing? You had the problem too, exactly on the Clipper. Even if you put out all the fires, it says it's still on fire. I'm assuming that's a bug.
Oh, it's snowing.
Right, where is he?
I think he ran.
Which direction did he go? Josh, do some scouting about me. See if you can see him anywhere. Try and
To the right of the Revenant.
Okay.
About 120, 140?
The compass doesn't follow my TOBII.
Oh. I'm guessing this direction.
Straight
that-
right from the Revenant.
Well, like 90 degrees.
Yeah.
Alright, we're heading that way then. Let's see what we can find. We're hunting. You see anything, Josh?
No, I couldn't see anything. And I couldn't see anything when I was on approach either.
Yeah. I guess he's done one.
Well, taking on an
Sorry, I see your
Asgard
point,
or Perseus
gunslinger.
and an Idris in a Buccaneer might be a bit of a mouthful.
True. Yeah, no, you're right, Steve. Yeah, I get your point. We're on a planet with oxygen, so venting isn't going to work. It is just going to fuel the fire. I'm just feeding it with oxygen. Good point. That's why it didn't put it out. But yeah, for some reason. All right, let's head on back. I'm not seeing anyone. We'll see if we can get this Clipper back. I'll keep eyes out on the rear end though.
I've got two.
Yeah, the
Give us an
BTC
opportunity
should
to
take
cool off
care
a
of
little
it.
too.
I've got two ships here. I don't know what I've got.
Is that around Astos, Josh? Because I'm assuming that's the C1.
Yes.
Yeah, I think one of them is game rules, the other one isn't, but I don't think either of those are him. This is a proper patrol ship. I love it.
This thing is exceptionally dangerous in 4.5. I've been doing a pretty extensive amount of testing with this because the Polaris has been kind of broken.
Mm-mm.
Oh man.
What with these size 8s? And size 4s, I guess. They're all the weapons. are
Size
pretty
8,
effective.
size 3s, the component room is actually in a really nice spot near the middle.
Oh, nice. Yo, Vex, thank you for the follow, by the way.
It makes it so that like anything that doesn't also have big guns is almost entirely not a threat to you.
Wow. Oh, got my ammo for some reason.
The only way that something small is getting you down is the current mechanic is that if your critical health bar spot from the old health system gets down to 0 health, then it starts passing through a percentage of damage to your power plant.
Right, but it'll take time to knock that down, I guess.
Yeah. So right now, for something like a Gladius or a Buccaneer or anything like that to be a threat to a Perseus, they have to work their way through all of your armor bar and shields, potentially if they're using energy, and then the like 90,000 health worth of actual hull health in the crit spot, and then they can start damaging the power plant.
And obviously, within that time, you're gonna be either moving away, fighting back. That's how it should be. It shouldn't be that these small ships should be able to take them down, but it still should have some possibility if time is, and ammunition is, it's fine, but Yeah, I like that.
Landing complete.
All right, let's go see what's wrong with this clipper. See if it's up and running again. A nitrogen. Do you know what? I'm not opposed to certain ships, certain brands on manufacturers.
Size 8s before the stream ends too.
Yes, absolutely. I think certain ships like Origin might benefit from having this fire suppression system.
We got a couple of
not
torpedoes
everything
too.
though. Ooh,
Just a few.
Lots to play with.
Missiles and torpedoes are pretty crazy in this build as well because
Original
they
gamer.
still do their damage in a big
Welcome
radius
back, Martin.
like they do in live.
Balance, how you doing?
So they can still hit components quite scarily.
Ooh, I'm having that audio bug, I think.
I'm going to put this back up before my shit runs away.
Sorry about that. Are you guys having an audio issue, or is it just me?
Yeah,
It'll
it
happen
cuts
to
out a little
everyone
bit.
individually.
Oh, flipping heck, yes. I think we're going to crash. Oh, I think it might have recovered. I'm loving the damage model, exterior damage model looks to have been somewhat improved as well. It is looking much nicer on these newer ships. Alright, let's just walk up here and see how it is. Things are sparking and problematic, but we need the new wing. That's one thing. That's the shame. You know, like when it comes to fixing things, you have to do all or nothing. Yeah, this ain't gonna vent. I'm gonna try flying this out of atmosphere and see if I can vent it that way, because the temperature is still going up.
All right.
Might be a bit of a struggle.
Is it able to power on?
Oh, that's a good question. We did a bit of testing, shooting and whatnot. Not all military ships, navy ships have fire suppression systems. And I suspect mostly for the sake of a game.
I see you took everything out of my backpack.
We didn't touch you.
No, we didn't touch you at all. Our life support. Actually, I'm just fixing the life support component. That should scrub out the...
That should help.
Yeah.
That should help.
Let me try that first before I do anything else. So you get a one-off fix. And yeah, life support is supposed to... I mean, temperature is going up like crazy. We're at nearly 900 here.
Yeah, it's hot.
Alright, it's cooler in the engineering room. Let's see if these life support scrubbers can do their job. I'm cooling down again. I'm borderline now, 37 degrees, 36.9. I think I'm getting cooler. Let's just see if it can do the trick. This is what I like about it, is that, you know, once the damage is done, you've managed to contain it, provided they're not still firing at you and shooting at you and causing problems. You then get the time to maintain and fix up and get back on it again. Oh, the temperature's still going up. But it's actually dropping around here. Let's see. The only downside is if you're in atmosphere and you get shot, it's going to be very difficult to you're probably going to crash land and blow up. Is there a fire on your left low side of the pilot seat, Mad Dog? Let me have a look. Welcome, by the way. Check power pips on life support if it was repaired. Oh, that's true. Yeah, okay. You see any fire there, Poker? I don't think he's seeing anything.
I don't see any fire, but the life support's taking constant damage, so something's doing it.
Ah, yeah, okay. Gonji, thank you so much, my friend. Beers and party, please.
I'm out of fire extinguishers. I have to put it back in the slot to recharge.
Okay. Yeah. The armory is supposed to be on fire, and habitation. I need to get out though, because I'm going to burn up otherwise. I think your temperature drops a lot quicker if you take your helmet off as well. Oh, I love hearing that word, that sort of chugging sound. Can you use the temperature gauge on the fire? Yeah, maybe so. Let's give that a go. Let me just get my temperature down, and then we'll... I've only got like 10% left, I think, of my extinguisher.
You can't put it back in its place and charge it?
I'm coming for you.
Not inside the clipper, the life support's dead.
Keep
going to go get another fire extinguisher in the Perseus.
I've got a fire extinguisher here, but mine's on the Valkyrie's empty, so you can charge it there.
So something good.
Nice one. Well, apparently my armory and habitation is on fire, so I'm just going to blast those areas first. So here's the armory, I think. No, that's not the armory. This is the armory. Again, it could just be that the visuals are not properly represented, because the temperature in here is rising and nothing is going out. I'm not seeing anything saying it's high. I can't, unfortunately, point... What was that noise? Point my thing unless I'm firing. It's not allowing me to because my arms are all over the place. Ah, there, that's hot. Yeah, it must be this. This diffuse next to the left-hand side of the cockpit is extremely hot. Have you got your fire extinguisher, Josh?
That's the life support, not a fuse.
Oh yeah, good point. Okay, yeah, we'll need to keep that going, I think. Or keep the temperature down on that if possible. Let me try taking off while that's charging and going into space and seeing if venting will work, because it didn't work with the life support because I think it's broken. Did you?
Right, I'll follow you up.
Nice. Did you try fixing the life support, Apoc?
I did. It's taking constant damage. I've repaired it to full health about 4 times now.
Engines offline. Engines online.
Oh, I don't think I can take off. We still have the power plants inside.
They're in, but they might not be in the slots.
Okay. I mean, it's powering on,
check.
so it sounds like it should be fine. I can't get it to work because I'm in a stupid flipping pose. Let me just get out of here and try and salute or something and just see if we can fix the life support. It kind of works, but not properly. It's, you know, technically it's functioning, but there are still a lot of issues.
Okay, that might help.
What's that?
I just reseated both of the power plants in their slots.
Oh, okay, nice. I might have to respawn because my character is a really weird bug. Firefighter backpack. Yeah, that's a cool idea. Yeah, alright. Temperature's still going up in the armory. Oh, wrong one. Wrong place. Oh, I love how close it all feels. Imagine this with VR. You'd just be like... Can't see. If I blast this fuse with stuff, are you able to repair it? Is it not working? What is? Oh my good lord! I'm gonna have to respawn because, yeah, I'm gonna have to respawn because my character is just doing stupid stuff. Let me put this in the.
All right.
Hold.
You'll respawn right here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm just gonna get out of the ship so my body's not cluttering up the place. Hit. Is that you, Joshua? So she's powering on in terms of engines, is she now? Can't see nothing. I didn't try going prone. I tried doing an emote. That didn't work. But yeah,
Something's very broken in here.
Yeah, something's not quite right. I think it's supposed to, you know, be brought down. Yeah, the temperature.
Instant any of this stuff gets repaired anywhere on the ship, it immediately goes back to a broken state.
Right. Okay.
They obviously still have some issues to work out.
Yo, Migs. Probably not for a little while. I mean, the next week is likely when we'll see it go live, but there's a lot they need to fix, right? Sure thing, Solomon. You have a good time, mate. We will catch you next time, sir. I mean, that's fixed that issue. Problem is, I couldn't.
Yeah, the
point my
plant
weapon
is completely dead.
Both. There should be two there.
There are, and both of them are dying, to say the least.
Are they irreparable?
As soon as I try to repair, they die again.
Yeah.
And it's basically saying item beyond repair.
Okay. Are we able to get the power plant off your saber? They have physical components on the saber, don't they? I wonder if we swap that out, it might work.
I'll go and
Is it your birthday today, Sol? Happy birthday, mate. Well, that's it. Address the bugs. Balance as they go. That's absolutely fine, you know. Oh, I've got all this gear here anyway, that's fine. Ah, we just do this thing. Oh, shit, does that say something imminent? Oh.
I'm not sure what's going on in there at this point.
I think it's gonna blow. Oh yeah, you can see it. There she goes. I heard that announcement. I heard it mention that it was imminent. I guess while the power plant's not placed in its hold, it isn't. I mean, it might blow up. Maybe it just had a time limit and it was obviously broken. That wasn't working right. Yeah, you should be able to, Citizen. How you doing, by the way? We should be able to do that, but I think there's a bug with the actual component. It could be that while it's plugged in, it's causing a problem. And then if we pulled it out, tried it outside. Did we try fixing it outside at all? Or out of the slot for the power plant?
Yeah, I pulled it from the slot, but it wasn't coming out of the actual, like, hole that it was in.
Right. Oh, I see. Yeah, it sounds like maybe it's some sort of, like, component desync where it was not acknowledging what we were doing with it.
Yeah. It felt like there was some kind of,
gecko.
like, overheat / heat damage fire that was going on that we couldn't see.
Yeah, just constant. No, you can't like overfix something. It should just be when it gets to 100, that's it. You can probably still use RMC and waste it, but it won't like overcook the component in that sense. It was more that there's just a bug where you fix it, but it keeps coming back.
That is the first time I've ever seen it do that.
Right, okay. Oh, because the power plant has a 20% chance to blow up every time it damages to 0. So it's not every time it happens, it's just a percentage. I'm just going to need a wee again. I'll be back in a sec. It's more of a... We'd probably take some of these fighters out and see how we get on avoiding your fire. But I'll just have a pee first. It was a difficult one to understand what was going on because there was fire happening, even though we couldn't see it. It was saying it was, you know, you couldn't repair the stuff. Even if you pull it out, try repair it, it was still depreciating as such. Or damaging.
How do you put an extinguisher back in the charger?
There should just be a prompt. Should.
Well, apparently not on the Valkyrie.
Welcome, Wild Child. We're at Astor's. Astor's clearing on Microtech. Alright, I'm back. What are we thinking?
I don't know. What you're thinking?
Might be interesting to see if I fly around. Is this your Hornet in here, Deke?
Yeah.
If I fly around in that and you guys try and shoot at me, and we'll just sort of see what happens and if I can get out of there rather than overcommitting.
Sounds good.
Not seeing anyone's party marker though.
Those have been kind of weirdly vanishing and coming back this patch.
Well, I don't think we need them right now anyway, do we? But yeah, it could be that the component, the fire was continuously causing damage to the ship. To the component. But we couldn't see that. It was just kind of not represented. Here we are. Oh yeah, you know, like seeing that smoke. Once it's all working as it's supposed to,
Aerospace. All systems online.
all these systems are just going to be so cool to see unfold and have to deal with
Complete.
on all scales.
Whose Polaris is that just outside?
Polaris.
Yeah, I'm seeing a Polaris on the port side of the Idris.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Where did that come from? I don't know. I'm not seeing any names to it.
Hang on, let me see if I can get a name on it.
Might want to shut the doors. just in case. Might need to shut the Idris doors just in case they're trying to board. Until we get an idea of who it is. Any of you lot? So we're not doing the off-gridding today. This is more just PTU testing for engineering. But now that I'm back, I am looking forward to doing some off-grid stuff. It's not showing me a name at all.
Can't wait for off-grid stuff in this patch, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Alright. I don't know who it is. I'm not sure what's going on.
I'm gonna get a scan in a sec. I'm just getting the pilot's chair.
Okay. Why am I picking up an Idris? I mean, not an Idris. Owner is CC Jeff. GCSX. I don't recognize that name. They're here to party. Yo, fun family, how you doing?
Yeah, I saw a guy in a Mirai racing suit on my Valkyrie when I was trying to put the extinguisher back in its slot.
Yeah, I thought that was one of you lot. And none of you wearing this Mirai suit, because he's already on the Idris if that's the case.
I'm scanning the
Is he
Idris
on
to try
there?
and get it.
Yeah, we were running around inside the Idris with him. I thought it was APOC for some reason. I never thought about the... I thought you just changed clothes. Open up the hangar door. Let me get on board. Coming in until we can clarify who this is. Watch out on the bridge.
He is on board along with Mike Kaku.
Yeah, I don't
There's
know
two of
these
them.
guys.
2 people on board.
Alright, we got any weapons on here?
There's a corner and citizen con box.
I mean, it's not necessary up to no good, but, you know, we can't take these risks.
Landing complete.
I mean, if he's in a Mirai outfit, he hasn't even got a weapon on him by the looks of things. I didn't see him with a weapon, and he had plenty of opportunity to shoot there. So, I don't know what's going on. Where's this citizen con box? There. Check the medbay first. I don't know what's happening here, but I can only get the one magazine. Why aren't I able to get all this? Can't even split it. Oh, there we go. I'm splitting it now. I can only do it one at a time now. That seems a bit balked. And I can't equip anything to my actual character, so the reloads are going to be a bit long-winded. Anyone saying anything in local chat?
No.
Take it if they take a fuse. It's not going to completely just balk it, is it?
It's not, no.
Good.
Not anymore.
Yeah, since those...
They rolled back on that.
Good. I'll check medbay, but we may need to confirm that we're all still spawning there, because I don't know if they're trying to do something iffy. We'll put them down.
Only
and
Deacon
escort
can
them.
remove us being able to spawn there.
Say that again?
Only Deacon.
Yeah, he can sort of see who's spawning. Oh, soundbug. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Audio bug's coming back with a vengeance again. Medbay looks clear.
Strange.
Yeah, I'm still set to Idris, so they haven't reset that. I'm hearing gunshots.
One down.
Nice. Whereabouts are you?
Bridge.
Copy, on my way.
I locked down the side doors. There's only the elevator.
Alright. Might be worth getting on board their Polaris to stop them from spawning in. Alright, the bottom elevator room is clear.
Alright.
And I'm heading back to Babbage.
What happened?
I flew a little too low, too fast, and clipped the top of the trees.
Is that you firing?
Yeah. Just checking if he respawned. He did.
On our ship?
No. I was just checking his dead body if he was waiting for help or not.
Oh, right, I see.
Or if he was encapped.
Keep an eye on that Polaris. See if there's anyone running out of it. I wonder if... can you scan the ship again, Apox?
Yep,
See if
yep,
there's
working on it.
Thank you. Put them in the brig and revive them. Are you tractoring right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I can't track them for some reason.
Oh, is it desyncing with the body or something? Sure thing,
I don't
man.
know.
Thank you for stopping by again, mate.
It's acting weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Polaris is taking
Taku is
off.
still on board, but CC Jeff is not.
Which one
Polaris is taking off.
Okay, one is still on board though. Is that the dead body, I wonder? I don't know if that would identify that.
Right, CC Jeff is the owner of this Polaris.
Is he the one taking off?
He's the one flying it, yeah. He's the one that died.
So we're
Okay,
still
so
missing a cuckoo. Or
Yeah,
what
you
his
have
name
one
was.
person unknown still on board the Idris.
Copy. I'm gonna try and sweep. Keep an eye on the elevator, Deacon. Yo, Mod, how you doing? he is. My name's CC Jeff.
Have you been all the way around now?
No, not quite. Here he is. Alright, he's down, I think. No, what? Yep, he's down. Mike
Nice.
Cuckoo is dead.
Unlocking the bridge.
Yeah, copy. We need to check the medbay quick. I'm gonna get to the medbay.
Oh yeah, good call.
Well, he was running around with his weapon up as well, so... Have I gone past it? No.
Watch for torpedoes. He's aiming up torps.
Alright, copy.
Where is he?
Above you.
Okay, I'm at the med
What,
bay.
you'd
I'm not
like
seeing
to
anyone.
play the stream this time?
I guess any sort of like fight, or I don't know. What do you think, APOC, to take on this or to cause mayhem for this ship?
I've got an Inferno.
Inferno will help.
Yeah, cool. All right, are we all locked up, Deacon?
Yeah.
I'm heading to the front turret, I believe.
Deacon, if you give him a volley of torps out of that thing, he will not be able to defend against it.
They won't lock on for some reason. You know why?
Am I going to the front or am I going to the back? I think this is the front.
Minimum range, maybe?
What is the minimum
Are they
range?
loaded?
Yo, Frosty! Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I wish I could do more camping vids.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
Why is everything black? Completely pitch black? In the turret?
Good question. Maybe they broke it.
I think they did. Where's the
Which
next?
turret are you in?
I'm in the front one, I believe. But it's completely pitch black in here. I can
I don't
fire.
see your name in there.
Oh, I'm at the rear bottom turret. But it's unusable. For some reason. Let me try it again. You're in the back. Oh, sorry. I'm in the back turret. Yeah. I was gonna say I didn't even know you came on board. Let me try it again. If it. Yeah, I don't know what that's about, but I can't see anything. What's the next best turret to go on? Is it on the bridge?
The
Or
front
is it-
one.
Front one. Okay. Damn it. Is that on the main level?
Yeah.
Okay. So blue lines on the floor for port, right, and yellow are for starboard. Okay. Thank you, Evade.
All the way front to the med bay.
Yeah, I'm just passing those now.
Oh, there's a Guardian here too.
Oh. Hopefully this isn't all blacked out. It might be.
There you are.
Aha. Is he trying to ram you? Yeah.
Aegis
Yeah.
combat assist activated. Systems green. Shields under fire.
Where's my pip?
I think they broke the torpedoes on the Idris.
Is he still ramming me?
Yeah, he's still trying, yeah.
Yes.
I ain't got a target
Right
on
in
him.
front, Ryan.
Oh yeah, I see
There's
him.
a Guardian.
I'm not getting pips. Come
probably going to be joining you here in a second, because the ram damage has gone critical.
Okie dokie. It's all a bit of guesswork at the moment with this aiming.
It wouldn't be a new patch without them breaking the Revenant.
Right. I mean, we should probably just focus on this Polaris anyway. Are you able to give me a better shot on him? Thank you.
Shields under fire.
Is that Polaris just nose diving down?
He's still focused on me.
Alright.
Because I'm the biggest threat to him right now.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm hitting him.
Especially because my torps aren't working.
Whoa.
Oh, they sink.
Yeah.
Looks like he's trying to run.
Think so. Just about outpacing us, isn't he?
Yep.
Got no pips at all, unfortunately, but we can kind of slow moving targets.
Definitely running. He made one of his engines red.
Yeah, just trying to get the right angle now.
It's all math.
Which is where I'm failing.
Mass, weight, velocity. Just make the equation in your head. Come on.
How are you doing, A-Pocket? Did you go down?
Oh yeah, it's down.
Copy. Are you on the
Could
Idris
you
now?
spawn on here and help?
Yeah, I'm spawning on the Idris right now. I'm just waiting for it to spawn.
Okay, it's about 4 out.
Maybe they moved the torpedoes to one of the consoles? I don't know. But I can't fire them.
Coming up now.
It's about 6 kilometers out now. I think I'm missing most of these.
Yeah, he's out of range.
Where'd that Gladius get to?
Guardian. I don't
That's the
know.
one. Oh, he's behind us about 18, 16 kilometers away. Oh, so far, no fires.
Shields online.
We don't have a big laser. We have the torpedoes, Tyler, but it's not working for some reason.
No lock on.
Did you cycle power on the turret console?
Right Alt G. Try that in the turret.
Did it? Didn't seem to do anything. Is this to get the pip?
Yeah, you're out of range
Oh,
now,
he's
so you're
going
not
into
gonna see it.
he's going
Yeah, I
into
see
nav
what you
mode.
mean. Oh man, yeah. He's bouncing.
Chicken!
Received.
Come back here, you coward!
I hadn't thought of that ram damage.
Yeah, he was poking you.
Because basically what he did is, in any damage that goes past the 0% on the critical health bar of the ship goes straight to the power plant.
All right.
So he rammed my Perseus at top speed, which insta-killed the power plant.
Clever.
Here, hey, Buck, you grab the control, see if you can figure out these
Right.
torpedoes.
I think the